Damn, they make us look pretty. Here we are for top 8 at Combo Breaker. Ladies and gentlemen, Rivals of Aether 2, the first in-person stop of the R2CS. Wisely, my friend, we have reached the final 8.
We saw matches like Sago Cheesy Potato for 13.
Yep.
Like, this has been bonkers.
Dakpo Juno, 13th as well. Banger game 5 set. We're going to start this off here on Jules Vale. And I was talking to Stango a little bit before this top 8 started. I wanted to get his ideas on what he was going to do if and when he played Cake. But also I wanted to get his ideas on the Clairen matchup and how obviously he approaches this.
Yep.
And this is going to be the biggest thing for him, the offstage scenarios where he's going to be able to punish his character as hard as possible. But getting in is also going to be a little bit interesting because you see it right here already. Vibe more than happy just to space that back air and then go into those full hops to try to get a little bit of momentum and a little bit of space on Zetter.
Yeah, I mean, Stango's big practice partner is Boyko. The sponsor tag namesake, but 5 says, I don't care about Boyko. That dude hasn't entered in a hot minute. I'm here right now. You got to fight me first.
He just died off of one interaction there. He had taken some ticky-tack damage, but that jump in down there led to everything.
We got the charge neutral special.
These are 2 fast fallers, Wisely, so walk us through here if you're not quite familiar with our Rivals 2, what that means combo potential-wise.
Yeah, fast fallers traditionally are characters that they're gonna, because they literally fall faster, they're able to get their hitboxes out sooner, they're able to really pressure with aerials, but the drawback of that is that they explode off of hit. They're so easy to juggle, there's so much more combo potential, you get things like that.
Up there fair, just connecting.
So these characters will be devastating on hit, and they're going to do so much damage.
Oh, tries to crouch cancel that the dive kick there, does not quite get in place for it. Nice up tilt.
Oh, the tilt back down. Buddy. Okay, let's see off the top. Doesn't quite get with that up air.
Yeah, Vibe was expecting Stango to DI that out. Stango went with the DI in instead, and Vibe was not ready to cover it. That was a guaranteed up air there if he had read it correctly, but the back throw forward smash,
Speaking of guaranteed.
So fast.
That is a mix-up. If you DI that wrong, say your prayers. You better hope they miss space, because you should be dead to rights. Oh no!
We're good, we're good.
We're good, but in a very dangerous spot. Stango's extremely adapted. Like, hey, you got back to stage, but I'm gonna add on 50% more or death.
Oh, you're gonna.
I think we're about to see both.
Yeah, yes, correct. Death, taxes, and Zetterburn fair.
At least he had the courtesy to do a little bit more before that time.
So we are at a one-stop game right now. Here are some Zetter shenanigans. We're going to go for the down air. You're going to take a chunk.
Doesn't go to ledge. Okay, I think he was worried about getting clipped by Clairen up special. Ooh, we're trying to look for that fade in, fade out forward air. We got one more. You hit the tech though into the down air. Oh, this is your chance. Can you reverse on Stango? Ooh, we get one more. I want to combo a little bit longer. Vibe was not sure if that was going to kill and said, all right, I can tack on a little bit more damage and really secure this. The problem is you are now fishing for this final.
What a grab. Great dash attack there.
The dash. Misses the dash through, gets the grab. Stango keeps DIing these throws wrong. It's that mix-up.
Should finish it here. Yes, sir. That forward throw down air, that is the advancement. You're not going to get the forward smash off that just as easily. The back throw really is what you're looking for that forward smash. But after that forward throw, you just go for that down air on your fast fallers, and it is so easy to clean that up. What a great start to this top 8. Both of these players fighting back and forth, clawing to have that rope get over on their side in their favor. Vibe just manages to close it out after some kind of sneaky stocks. Like this first stock was really good, and the second stock was kind of a pull it from behind kind of moment.
Yeah, no, if a regular tug of war is like the slow war of attrition, this was, all right, rope is on my side, rope is on your side. When they are hitting each other, they only need a handful of neutral openings in order to take these stocks. That is why you have to be on point.
An empty hop grab there, so sick.
Vibe's movement has been immaculate. I've seen so many grabs. I've seen the movement into the combos, the movement to find the combos in neutral, and that's going to kill.
You're just dead, man. Stango nodding in approval there, knowing, hey, listen, sometimes you got me.
Stango used to play this character a bit more as a counterpick. Stango knows what Clairen can do. This isn't a surprise nod. This is a, all right, you earned that. Yeah. Oh, misses the down air. That is a dead lion. We get the refresh, but not going to be able to get to the wall.
That was a 0 to death, Wisely. And the first one was only 10%.
21%.
This is the second seed in this tournament. I don't think Vibe was a 4 seed. Or, excuse me, a 3 seed, so...
I need to double check that, but yeah, Stango is supposed to win this. And right now, Vibe is sitting pretty. We are in best of vibes, but you're up 3 stocks on Stango's counter pick right now.
And a very good one at that, too. And this is a great
this is
stage.
a good Zetter stage. Zetter's going to be able to kill really early off the top. We've already seen the potency of the forward air off the sides. Oh my god, that was so close.
Counting on that fastball nature to be able to bring that up smash home. Does not quite get it.
I'm about to secure the 3 stock. Not quite, but we're getting a little bit more neutral. Great job. Misses. Okay. Bold option. Not on fire, though, so we're not going to die. I thought that we weren't getting there. Up tilt. Gonna kill? No, not quite yet. Only on bad DI at this point. But this stage, that top blast zone is so closer.
Oh.
Objects in the mirror are closer than they appear.
This is like such a closeout moment right now for Vibe, and a statement at that. Great up strong here. Stango not out of it, but definitely wounded here in this second game.
I think Stango was confident. Stango knew earlier, was like, Cake is the one I'm scared of. There's a lot of other people I need to be on my, I need to be on my toes for, but I'm not scared. I'm not nervous.
Don't look now, but he has almost pulled this into a 1 stock apiece moment.
The problem is, I feel like it's a little too late. As long as Vibe just plays clean, plays calm, plays collected, go into the next game.
Yeah, just 1 counter hit there. 1 reversal is all it took. He just put up too much damage. The war of attrition, too much for Stango to overcome. And now, if we see a game 4, it is going to be on a counter pick. If
Stango's got to make
game
some
5
choices right now. There's a lot that you got to adapt to. The problem is, do you think? I think Stango, as a longtime competitor in a lot of different games, I don't think Stango's going to feel frazzled. I don't think Stango's going to feel rattled by that. But man, that has to make you second guess the fact that you lost that hard on your own counter pick.
And this is another volatile one. Harbor volatile in its own right because of obviously the lack of walls and everything there, and then Vibe took full advantage of it on that second stock. He had picked Air Armada.
That's why we picked Air Armada. Wait, no, because you got the bands are different now. But I think do we go back to Air Armada? It's been a minute. All right.
So what?
It's been a minute since I've seen the Stango Crag.
Yeah.
It's been a minute. This used to be the main. Stango really likes playing Crag. Like, this is not a desperation pick in terms of, Stango said if Crag was better, I would just play Crag over Zetter.
Sure.
But I'm really good with Zetter, and I still have enough fun. Crag is the one he wants to be playing right now, though. The problem is, I haven't seen it all day. I don't know if it's going to be in practice.
Well, I feel like Crag's one of those characters, similar to a bike, you don't really forget too much of it. You know, you get enough air, and then you get 5 more. But I just feel like this matchup is worse than Clairen Zetter was, and Vibe was winning Clairen Zetter pretty handedly.
I wonder, I feel like it has to do with recovery. Vibe, the way Vibe was systematically shutting down Zetter coming back, everyone talks about, Zetter's recovery is low-key crazy. The thing is, Vibe did not care. You land back on the pillar, so we get 1 more reset. You're going to be able to get to ledge. Not quite. Can you hit back from here?
Yeah, buddy. I think the way that Clairen can pester and annoy Crag off stage,
If you want a masterclass right now in how to edgeguard with Clairen, watch this set. Watch the set 20 times in a row. We saw it against the Zetter. We are now seeing it against the Crag.
Because normally Crag's going to sneak back on one of those. That ledge grab is huge as far as the size of the box itself. And Vibe just had an answer to every potential mix-up Stango had.
We get the CC into the option. I like that Vibe is just like, I'm getting off stage. I don't want to deal with this mix-up. I am just going to go to ledge and reset. A lot of people get too caught up in trying to counter-hit their opponent and trying to re-swing. It's like, you haven't gotten a solid footing in neutral yet.
Right. That turnaround up tilt was
the huge charge. I think breaking the, doesn't get punished for it. I think going for the pillar break might have been a little risky. Drops down with the backer, doesn't quite connect.
Great wave land on into the jab up tilt there. Stango trying to jockey for position here. Needs to get this stock off, and that forward air will be the answer. 92%. It's not much on a big guy like Crack, but it is still quite a bit when someone like Vibe is across the screen at you.
I do want to point out what Stango did on respawn there, which is he put a pillar right where he thought that Vibe's respawn platform was going to be. He aimed it a little high so it didn't quite work out. Oh my god, they're both scared. They're both terrified. We get the parry into my own counter. Ooh, not dead yet.
Good wait there from Vibe. Does not overcommit off stage just yet.
See if I can explain that respawn thing one more time, but maybe Vibe might have a little bit to say about that one. Okay.
Damage starting to build up here.
Ooh, weird. The problem is now you're the one. Oh, that was a phenomenal grab.
And off of such a raw
Weird
moment from Vibe,
movement.
too.
Yeah.
You don't see him miss those wave lands often. Ooh, dangerous out here.
Yeah.
Not a ton of resources.
Oh, I think you're dead. One more.
Yep.
Yes. No, that doesn't kill yet. I thought we were dead.
Come back.
Godai is a lot bigger, but that was supposed to be a jump off forward air. It does not matter. Stango is not close enough to do the respawn platform thing. You got to be towards the middle of the stage to make that work.
So something I watched a lot with Vibe yesterday in his pools matches. And so
Stango is holding right.
Little things like
Stango
that.
is holding hard right. We are at even again. Hit me with the vibe. Hit me with the vibe. What were you saying?
So I was saying that you saw some little moments where Vibe potentially could get some parries off. Crack down B being one of those. We saw him play yesterday. He does not offer that a ton. Would rather just actually use his offensive momentum to just reposition and punish the whiff rather than actually parry. It's kind of interesting to watch.
Yeah.
You'll see some moments where you think, okay, this is defensively how you do this, how you handle this. And he just does not opt for it the same way as some other players do.
And I think this is why we swapped to the Crag, because that Zetter got dumped off stage with the spikes so often. Crag's one of the few characters that can recover from those angles.
Right. You don't play around the ledge anymore. You just play around the flat.
Oh, that charge. You got a little bit worse DI.
Tries to move around that.
Ooh, did we? No. Okay, that spends the air dodge and the jump. You're out of resources. Oh, but you get back to ledge.
Into the forward throw there, reset the situation a little bit. Nice down air, back air, excuse me, into the fair. Beautiful, beautiful positioning there from Stango. Very familiar with how to finish out that edge guard.
That's difficult to do. Because
Absolutely.
you have to force the Clairen to go solo. You need to make sure that you're not getting clipped by the up special yourself.
Or getting counter hit by a downer down there either.
And if you miss them, you don't get your wall jump back, so you're just dead.
Right.
You only get that wall jump back if you hit your opponent while you're off stage. You get one otherwise if you see someone go for some crazy combos where they're wall jumping, they're hitting, they do rinse repeating. That is kind of a do or die scenario for a lot of folks. All right, we are not banning, they won on Jules Vale and on Harbor.
Yep.
And we've just banned Dojo, potentially Air Armada.
That's, I find, interesting, simply because Crag and their ability to circumnavigate underneath Air Armada there might actually play to its favor, but we're actually going to run this back to Godai.
Yeah, and this does feel fairly neutral. There's a lot of characters that don't let Orcanes go to Godai. It is not neutral against them. The blast zones are huge. They're going to float back. But against these two, we're sticking with the fast followers. They're just different shapes now.
I like how Vibe is threatening with that neutral B and then retreating with fairs typically more than anything else. It's a really great way to just kind of force Stango into some similar movements and see potentially some punishes for those later on in the set.
Ooh, that would have been gross. Just pixels off, though.
Yep, can't do a flat drop punish there. Has to go for the grab instead.
Vibe loves the down air spike back into the stage. If he doesn't think that up air is going to kill or that the edge guard's really going to amount to much, it's just like, yeah, let's reset on stage and see what I can do. Oh, that's big. Crag can take that for a distance. Misses the back air, though. Yep. And that's why you see if he misses the back air, you have to jump up immediately to go to ledge. Throws the rock the other way, I think, to bait out a parry.
Fair there, another fair.
Gets clipped, slides to ledge, barely. If you charge that a little bit longer, that would have been a dead bug. Yeah. Ooh, that is not the option I was expecting.
Gonna make it back. Tough position. Great
tech.
This is the counterplay, ladies and gentlemen.
I was saying I was not sure about the bug from Stango because just hadn't seen it already from the last game, and even though he's down by a little bit of a stock here, this bug is still in work. Clearly, the engine is not rusty. The mechanics have done their job.
Vibe desperately looking for a grab in this scenario. Stango just
Barely
CCing everything he's doing at low percents and punishing him hard for it.
One of the best in the business at it, too. If you want to learn how to CC, this is the man you watch. Pulls the pillar. I think he was couldn't remember if there's a pillar over there or not. Good tech, and this is the tech chase though.
Both guys holding shields. Oh my goodness.
Don't let him do it.
That's how that goes.
I have the high level play, and then sometimes the dumbest option really is the one that works. What if I just drop down and grab him? Not even a grab, the command grab. What if I make a cube? Who barely misses that down air, but it's why we've been getting the Crag, is because that down air isn't the death sentence that it was for the Zetterburn.
Yeah, it's definitely the go beyond. What a run through!
Yeah.
Holy cow! Jesus, that jump scare!
It's just one of the best things about this game, about any good platform fighter, is all of the different empty movement. Like, you can scare someone by just moving well.
Yes, that is another stock there for Vibe. That is how you counteract that DI away.
I've been talking about the down air, like, I don't feel confident in sending you off stage and getting the edge guard there, but I can just do a spike. That would have been nasty. Ooh, that shield's looking low. I'm seeing the cracks. I think it's been a little bit of enough time. Stango's got a little bit more in the tank at this point. But, I mean, we've seen Vibe take both the Zetter and the Crag for a ride off of any opening.
This is kind of the things that Stango had mentioned he was concerned about against playing Vibe, is how they space that back air on shield. We did see eventually a win in neutral there, which led to that last stock, but Vibe has been very comfortable playing just outside Crag range.
Being said, this went from like Vibe sitting at a clean lead, even we got the stock, and then we got the percents, and now we are back to even. Now we are actually in Stango's
double dip
favor.
2 scoops, extra chunky Rocky Road. We are on to game 5. Wisely, the bug might be the word.
It is always the question when someone switches mains, or someone switches characters in mid-set is this, you never want to be the person who like switches and loses and then regrets the, like, what would have happened if I stayed, or the opposite. You stay and then you're like, I did have a pocket. I did have a character I could have pulled out. But man of many talents, Stango's no stranger to playing a lot of characters in bracket.
Vibe,
Just
thinking, planning.
Taking a breath.
Yeah.
You gotta.
I was gonna say, I'm thinking Rockwall. Rockwall, okay. Tempest, not a bad idea either. Smaller stage, you can't float quite around as much.
Yeah.
I need a parry on one of those.
Sometimes I'm like, ooh, that's really smart. You went above, and there's other times like you should just parry. Maybe the counter, but that really only gets rid of the shards, kind of the rock. But Stango's not using the rock a ton. It's been a lot of normals. The rock is just there to threaten.
Right.
But we're not seeing some of the, like, the cheesy potato, maybe the ZB, like, I'm going to hit you with the rock 12 times in a row. It's the one to get in the way, option coverage, and then we run through.
Nice turnaround with that fair.
Oh, the double jump. I thought we were going to either get a double jump landing aerial. Instead, it goes one level deeper on the Yomi. Gets up. You do lose your Gallant, you lose your ledge intangibility after you hit any hitbox. Like, you hit a move, as soon as that's active, you are no longer invincible off ledge.
DI away there from Stango. Constantly just like a fraction away.
Oh, the tech, a new lease on life. I think you were dead to rights otherwise.
The DI out there from Vibe. Also the great survival. Yup. DI, air dodges up into that.
I don't need the 5 rocks combo. I just need the one that hits. Wow, this is looking... I'm not counting Vibe out yet, but if Stango pulls this has been a reverse 3-0 off of a character swap.
He said you weren't ready for this, kid.
The back air, the forward air, this is looking rough. Oh, if you just held longer. Vibe, you better take this right now. Get yourself back into the game.
All right. No.
Stango just held ledge. That was basically a 2-stock swing.
Held ledge, but also there we saw a rare misstep on a recovery to ledge there.
Oh, tries to go over, instead gets a back air for his trouble. Great job finding that grab out of it. And Vibe has, it feels like Vibe is trying to, like, and you have to. It's the, I have all of my combos, I know what works, but instead of saying, like, I'm going to wait a second, try to get the air dodge. I thought we had spent the air dodge
bonkers.
already.
No, that wasn't an air dodge. That was a ledge cancel on the up B. He was in free fall.
Oh my god, you're right. I didn't realize that was a ledge cancel up special.
Great wait. Oh, just out of range for that grab. And then Stango.
He yoinks him.
Yep, gonna get hit by that. Kind of stuck.
Ooh, I think Stango's trying to go to ledge and just got thrown off a little bit.
One stock now.
Stango's one. Every competitor this weekend, when they were asked who's the person you're a little bit worried, who's the person that you think could be your big obstacle, it was CakeAssault and it was Stango.
Yeah. What? Can you blame him?
No. That's what I'm saying. After that, when Vibe went up by 2 games and you're like, oh, you've done it. You've slain the beast. This is why you can't celebrate too early. The job is not done.
Stango just putting this pressure on. Vibe's still not out yet.
Oh, not out, but man, you are fighting for the back foot right now.
This is big.
Okay. I see the vision, but vision's not quite enough right now.
I'm genuinely surprised that missed.
Ooh. Oh, I thought we were going to get a down strong there.
Agreed.
It's one of those tech options, but if you're not confident and you know that if you get counter hit, you're dying. I think that was supposed to be a charged neutral special and just got forward instead. Ooh, good job. Mixing up the rolls.
That backer's going to do it. That backer's going to do it. Wise, the last stock, game 5. This is how we start Combo Breaker top 8. Excuse me, Vibe, what do you have left in the tank?
Rosa, if Vibe is able to bring this back, he's a legend right now.
Another moment to just grab ledge. Stango not quite in position for it, though.
Oh, we got the pinball. We got the moves.
He lives.
Oh, my God.
The boy lives.
The screen is dark, but we are waiting. Gets ledge. Oh, that up tilt misses.
What a courageous empty hop here from Vibe. Wisely.
Vibe, are you? Every time one of them is off stage, I am panicking.
Well, so he hasn't been able to finish.
He
hasn't been able to finish. Vibe does it. He'd been looking for that against Crag the entire time. And then finally rips it on the last stock. Vibe. Congratulations, young man. Punching yourself into top 3. Winners finals. Here we come.
The fact that, I mean, Stango, we had the character swap. He was down 2-0. And then the next, it felt like just the inevitable march of Stango coming forward and being like, no, you beat my one character.
Stango, bro.
I got the rest. And Vibe at the very last second goes, nah, I got it like that.
Same controller since Genesis 5?
No.
Yes, that is a G5 Genesis controller. I saw this like many years ago, and I just went, is that a Genesis 5 controller? He's like, yeah, I got this years ago. I just used the same one. And it's still the same controller. He's had the same controller for almost a decade now.
That's bonkers,
across multiple games.
I assume it's like gotten it tuned up and done other stuff.
Have no doubt.
But yeah.
But yeah, the guts have been changed, but the shell remains the same.
All right, Bbatts, one of the best fleets in the business, and we're gonna get CakeAssault.
The Forsburn.
The tried and true Forsburn right now. We've seen a lot of characters from CakeAssault. I would not be surprised if we see some character swaps, but I mean, the Forsburn's the true love.
Not only is Forsburn the true love, but the way that this character air-to-airs, you know, I had some conversations with a couple players before this top 8, and they were telling it was basically saying that, hey, you know, you want to try to stay as grounded as possible versus Cake because he will just beat you out in the air, and then a lot of Forsburn's aerials either lead into each other or lead into grounded options as well to increase his damage output.
Already the smoke filling the stage. Bbatts doing a great job getting the combo going and cleaning it up. Oh, that was almost dirty.
Cheeky Bbatts.
Bbatts literally told me earlier, he said, I think I'm playing the best fleet that has ever been played in this game.
That's pretty impressive to say because we have seen some pretty phenomenal ones.
We've seen some phenomenal fleet from the other man on the side of the stage.
That is also true.
Cake for a while was the premier fleet man. But there's also Mystery Soul. There's so many people that you've got to, there's a lot of folks you respect that you're also like, no, but I'm it. I'm him.
one slip up from Leds there, one gap in that off-stage pressure, and now Cake is back on stage. And he
big
misses the
charge. You missed the tech. It is a little ambiguous depending on which direction you're getting thrown. If you want to tech up on that plat or down, but we're just getting the down throw. That was a tech chase into the empowered arrow. We're going to bounce up. We're rocking around.
Already lapped in percent right now. Bbatts looking very comfortable navigating this tri
Hey, if you tell me that you're playing the best fleet anyone's ever played and that you're going to win the bracket, this is how you put a point on it. You can't say that and then get 3 stock. If you say that and then 3 stock, ooh, we're cooking now. Okay, just gets back. Seen a lot of the back air, but Bbatts definitely weaves through them, and now Cake is down 3 stocks to 1.
That all being said, you cannot count out CakeAssault.
You can never count out Cake. Losers Cake is a legend for a reason, but lately we haven't even needed the losers. The thing is, Rivals 1 was the story of Cake. It was who can beat him. It was like if you wanted to be #1 in the season, you had to do it through this man.
Sure.
And now, Rivals 2 is a little bit slippier. It's more slippery. Cake is like top dog, but there's also Marlon, there's also Stango, there's also Plup, there's a lot of people that also have that threat. Bbatts was saying, like I said, I'm going to invest in the business. Goal is to get top 10. It said realistically, I'm going to be top 5 now, and you start that out by 2 stocking Cake.
Yeah, very comfortable, very confidently, and a lot of the damage you're seeing is going to be stuff that is reapplicable. It's not just one-offs. We saw very similar combo strings off stage, and I would say probably about 60% of that was Cake off stage recovering versus Bbatts. We're going to go to Tempest now. We're going to have a little bit wider
Cake
blast
loves
zones.
the stage
This is a Cake counter pick for sure.
This is not even a Forsburn counter pick. Cake is the Forsburn that does this, and it just works. Everyone needs to take notes.
So the biggest thing here that you're going to see is that the fact that your hitboxes, obviously, with the dagger and with the cape, are going to cover up a good almost third of your actual length platform range here.
That down throw into the downer is dirty, by the way.
It is very
It's
gross.
so good. Getting it into the empowered one is just an extra bonus. We love the wind chime. It is on lock right now, but you gotta hit. You gotta hit with the arrow first. One of the kill confirms you're going to see coming out from Bbatts is going to be this soft back air. It's going to be soft reverse back air. Because Fleet backer turns her around, he then can combo it into the true hard back air. In fact, I think he was looking for it right there.
Nice rising up air there from Ledge. Just goes aggressive.
You gotta.
Roll.
Fleet might be tricky to pin down, but she's light, and when she's floating, she only has so much mobility. So if you're able to hit her, you gotta take it.
Nice F tilt there.
You can kind of put her in some tricky situations where she's just not fully being comboed, but in disadvantage. That's the problem, though, is that she's gonna true combo you.
Yeah, Fleet is a little difficult to find that last hit on sometimes, especially when you're being piloted by Bbatts, who is just expertly moving around Cake's hitboxes right now.
Ooh, I like that forward air. Instead of trying to recover straight up, uses the forward air, gets back to stage, and now that is how all of this percent's being tacked on.
Yep.
I like the clone was just there for emotional support.
You got this, buddy.
Yeah, you hit him with that down. You hit him with that down. You got this.
Forsburn clone used helping hand.
Nope, it's the guy in the back of the bar fight that's just trying to cheering him on, swinging something but not actually near it.
Speaking of swinging, both these guys
This
throwing
is
some
a
hitboxes
brawl
out.
right now. Arrow almost sniped. Bbatts is so good at punishing your landing. Clears the smoke too. Cake just goes high. It's gonna
That
combo.
down tilt to beat out that back air, that down tilt anti-aired that back air. Double F.
Yep. Bbatts is going to put on a show like this and then look you in the face and tell you that Fleet's the worst character in the game. Which, I mean, might be. I can't even argue.
She's close, yeah.
That is just how good Bbatts is right now. If Cake can't bring this back, do you think you're going to get the character swap?
I'm not positive, honestly. I don't think we see the Zetter swap till probably losers. Because I'll be honest, I have not seen a lot of great stuff from Cake Zetter so far. I've seen some good stuff.
It's there. It's there. It does work. It's gotten some good wins. but not the ones where I'm like, ooh, I don't think you could have done it with somebody else.
Right. And now this is what I was waiting for. Last stock has the combust online. Gonna burst it for mobility here.
Yep. If you
Still has it.
If you use the combust out, or the burst smoke out there, not only are you getting the
What?
What? Either the ledge was held so much longer than I thought, or Cake was holding down a little bit longer, trying to fastball back to ledge.
Yeah, that is absolutely what happened there. That fastball to ledge. He's going to the Ditto. I mean, thinking this better. Well, he's going to the Ditto.
I mean, this used to be the main.
And he used to do pretty well against Bbatts in the Ditto.
When Cake, the early, both the demo to release of this game, Cake was not only one of the best player in the world, but was doing it with Fleet. It's nerf or nothing.
And like, when we say was doing it with Fleet, was consistently 3-stop. Like, I was at Heatwave, and I watched him absolutely demolish Heatwave with Fleet.
Yep. I mean, was saying, like, this feels like a soul main for me, the same way that Forsburn does in 1 and in 2. In 1, in 2 is like, oh, I wish there was a little bit difference, but oh my god, this is why. Are we going to see a repeat of the Stango set? Stango 5, the character swap, we get back to the game 5, and then who knows what happens from then on.
So it's going to be kind of interesting because obviously you have the side B that sends out that little tornado there for us, but both fleets can benefit from the other's tornado trail. They both can get that momentum from it.
You can get the little bounce, but I mean, you got to get the tornado. We're not seeing a bunch of parries into it, but they're both very good at sending out the tornado in spots that's much more difficult to parry than your average gold level fleet. That backer, you DI'd the wrong way, my friend.
The backer was gnarly.
Okay, Bbatts trying to pressure the ledge.
And you got
scooped in the movement, trying to jump above Cake, but Cake just had it up till ready and waiting. The back air calls out the jump.
We're good, we're floating. But you gotta, I wonder, and this is obviously planning ahead a little bit here, because there's still quite a bit of game 3 left to go, but what sort of mental damage do you take if you're Bbatts, and not only does the character switch win them a game, but they switch to your main, who you are the supposedly best player of this character.
That's the thing. I think there's a lot of folks, Cake included, that would say, no, I've got it. Whether it's Cake, Mystery Soul, a few others.
Sure.
It's exciting that there's a lot of good fleets that are trying to put in work right now.
I agree, but in this moment, I wonder about that mental damage, that mental tick.
I think Bbatts is aware. Bbatts fought the Ditto, fought the Mirror for long enough when Cake was just the fleet main. I don't think it's like, oh my god, they swapped to my character and beat me. I think it is just a, oh shoot, I gotta lock in, I gotta focus.
Because right now, Cake is not just swapping to his character, but beating
It's kind of dismantling Bbatts right now. How did we go from 2 such strong wins from Bbatts to a 3 stock on the character
Why does he play 4s? If he can do that with Fleet, why does he play 4s?
Matchup, stages, I don't know.
I guess.
If I was in that man's head, I'd be also sitting in winners.
That is true. That is true. That is true. Listen, that operating system exists for a reason. For those tuning in for the first time, that OS tag, one of my favorite backstories in Rivals, is that it's from Rivals 1. It is an operating system. He wants to work like a computer. He wants to know the answer to every problem and be able to find a solution to every matchup. That is what that tag means to him.
Rivals to CakeAssault is a puzzle game that
100%.
You solve beforehand and then you execute in match.
So we're going to Godai here for Game 4. Bbatts yet to take a stock off of Cake's fleet in this tournament so far. That was a resounding 3-0.
The interesting thing is, if anybody's aware, there was a CakeAssault Direct, which was just Cake saying, all right, here's my plans for the rest of the year. One of them was, I'm going to every RCS event. In the CakeAssault Direct was like, hey, I have been getting beaten by some players that I feel like I shouldn't be losing to lately. His answer was, I need to get stupider. I'm overthinking things. I'm trying to, like we said, the operating system, I'm trying to solve and find the exact right answer instead of finding a good answer that works, that I can consistently do. I'm respecting my opponents too much. I need to go back a couple levels.
Sure.
Bbatts.
I don't even know if that up smash connected. I think it's just the back air.
The up air off the top. The up smash was just a little bit of extra just in case. But I'm so glad that we're seeing Bbatts fire back after that 3 stock. with some adaptation. Bbatts, who also, we're talking about this winner semis, this top 8, one of the best with the fleet, also made Combo Breaker top 8 for Melee yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
One of the best peaches in the business.
What a tech.
Ooh, I like that. Bbatts' fade off of there before going to ledge. Cake had just like, oh, I don't feel comfortable. I just got to reset and give you some space.
Yep.
DI's in.
Man, almost had the DI in that back across stage. But he does have a good lead here on Cake's fleet. That back air, not quite enough. Uses the double jump.
Ooh, the down tilt scoops before they can get to ledge. The back air cuts off the approach. I don't want you to get back to ledge. You are scary if you're on stage, but if I can just kill you here, I don't even need to worry about it.
Cake is going to have to two-stock Bbatts in this scenario. Down a full stock right now on his winner's side of life.
We just saw him right before this do 3 unanswered. This is absolutely something in Cake's power, but the momentum seems to be shifting towards Billy, towards the Bbatts. As I say that, though, ooh, if that was DI'd slightly worse.
That's why you go to go
If that was DI'd slightly worse. Ooh, the nair to cross up. Oh, I love the pause. I love the wait.
Good back air. Good up air. Gonna get the up strong special.
Yep, we get the pop. Okay, we are rinse repeating. The problem is this is a character that's sometimes hard to close out.
Bbatts sitting in winners finals versus 5. Wisely, if I told you that Cake and Stango are going to be in losers before we get to grands,
the number 1 and 2 seed are both in losers already. We were so focused on that CakeAssault comeback that it was like, oh wait, Bbatts winning doesn't just mean you're cutting off Cake. That means Cake, like, the set's done. You just did it. You can breathe freely now. You can exhale. You can get there. Bbatts told me he was watching Cake play earlier, and he was like, all right, if Cake loses, I'm winning the tournament.
Right.
If Cake wins and I have to fight Cake, I've got a 50% chance. They'll dabble with all of the different games, and they're both taking their talents to Rivals 2 right now.
So we have a very interesting matchup here. We're going to have Loxodont versus Wrastor. You're going to see Sago try to take center almost every game with that falling neutral B there, just to set up shop, get a little bit of position here, and these platform grabs are something to keep an eye on. He is dangerous when you are in hit stun.
One of the things that I pointed out before yesterday when Dakpo was on, we're going to see a lot of hack stashing just like that. It is not true like it is in Melee. It's not perfectly invincible, but it is darn hard to point out. That's just going to be dead. If you get caught a little too far away from the wall, certain characters can live, but that is I made some life choices here, and I'm going to rethink. That's why Sago is going for these high side specials.
I was going to say that short hop side special is actually such a phenomenal burst option he uses. It is a great mix-up that is hard punishable if you see it coming.
It is high risk, high reward, and I think that's nothing Sago likes more. We're going to roll the dice, and the dice do indeed love him back.
Oh my god.
I don't feel like that was on purpose, but you know what?
I mean, when you're up 2 stocks.
I guess.
In a matchup that's not very fun.
Say someone pinch me. I've been told that this is impossible. Get the tech. Oh, we didn't see a forward strong there.
Very surprising mistake. The Scraw not going to be able to do it. That elephant cow too big. Rolling from ledge. Roll back to ledge. We're still living. Okay. Just grab ledge.
Yeah,
Yes.
There we go. Send the bovine down to the depths. What are we doing next, though? The problem is, great parry. So we are absolutely not going Dakpo out of this just yet.
That was actually a really brilliant grab off that parry, too, because that was actually just off of a jab. Anything else would have been able to allow Sago to get away scot-free on that. Dakpo wisely locking him down for just a moment.
Up in Rivals 2, we've got parries, but we also have what's called a jab check. Jab, and that gets parried. Your opponent gets the invincibility of doing the parry, but you don't go into parry stun.
Sago is so scary.
Sago's terrifying. It is really, heavies and Rivals have always been the even if they're not as good, which
ledge slip.
Sometimes they've been deadly, they are always scary because they're these characters that when piloted well will still blow you up. Huge. Oh, I thought Dakpo was going out the jump there.
Yeah, it definitely looked like it.
That has been now twice where Dakpo's gone out and I've expected the clap, whether it's the forward strong or the down strong. Neither of them quite hitting.
Sniped. That back air's gonna kill off the other side. Why is it not?
Oh, not yet, but we do have an edge guard. Sago is phenomenal at using every amount of charge. If it's the single charge, I know I can hit it into this move. It's
Oh my
next.
God.
Sometimes you don't need the charge, though. We're just going to throw the magma. We're going to throw the meatballs. I've never seen a Lox edge guard quite like this. Never mind, I've seen a lot of Loxes go for the down tilt.
Hey, listen, me included.
Hey,
this
when it
Wrastor's
works, it
at
works.
213.
Big stomp,
228.
big
Oh my
tack.
God. Oh
Off
my
the
God.
backboard, though.
That Wrastor was hit so fast.
You don't deserve
That thing was atomized as it left the blast zone. We achieved warp speed.
We'd seen so many texts that I kind of lost track of what percent we're at. It turns out it was a very, very, very high.
You were up to 250.
It's people who are good at defense in this game are. It's like, oh, I feel like I have to kill you 3 times to match someone else's 1 stock.
Mm-hmm.
It is not just enough to get someone up to high percent. There's a reason that a huge skill for top level play isn't just the combos, but it's knowing how to finish your combos in ways that lead to your outs, your point to your kill options.
I strongly disagree.
This is usually a lock stage. We're gonna see if Dakpo has some secret sauce, but
Did you see Dakpo with the counterplay already, though? Sago trying to immediately grab center stage, and Dakpo gets down faster.
Yep.
Gets the grab off of it.
that's what I was gonna say. Both of these have so much. They both have so much time and experience adapting and like bringing things back. I don't think even with that last game, it's not gonna be a Sago blowout from here on out.
No.
The hack stash, still super hard to cover. Like I said, it's not frame tight. It is not fully invincible, but it allows Dakpo to choose between I'm going to get on and grab, I'm going to get on and maybe go through jab, or I'm going to get that slipstream out. The way you got to deal with it is by sneaking ledge between them or really timing a hitbox.
Or having them mess up their hack stash, too.
Or they just mess up. You know what? Sometimes the tried and true. Oh, no. But something else I really want to see is Dakpo had several times in that last game. There we go, there we go. Dakpo had several times in that last game where it looked like an easy up strong, easy aerial forward strong, and it just seemed like he hesitated. And I know that it's not always guaranteed you can't, but like if you're able to react to it, you see that they're there, you gotta hit them. I don't know what else to say.
You got to pull the trigger. You don't have bullets in the gun to not use it.
Shield's looking small.
Got to be careful, too, because this is...
Maybe the best character at breaking shields.
Not only is it the best character breaking shields, I'm looking at Wrastor at 40, and I'm just like, he might die.
Fully charged sweet spot, could be. Keep getting those attacks, but problem is every time Sago, yeah. Every time that Sago has managed to get back and Dakpo's low, wow. Shocking for me to say about a Wrastor Lox matchup. I feel like Sago is outplaying Dakpo in the edge guarding game.
And then he just grabbed him out of the hack stash, too. That is where Dakpo has felt so comfortable all weekend long.
It's not frame tight. It is not the true invincibility, but it's a 1 or 2 frames. If you got it, you know the timing, though. You can't snipe him out of it.
Wonder that up tilt was supposed to be a falling up air there.
Ooh,
Gonna go to the up tilt,
anti-air jab. Not yet, but we've now spent several jumps.
Oh,
the
let's go!
Shotguns him off the top.
I don't mean to be biased, ladies and gentlemen, but that move got nerfed pretty damn hard in the last update and still was able to kill off of that right there. Sago now almost 3 stocks away from punching his ticket into top 6.
Let's be clear, that move was nerfed. It's still a reasonable and very good move. It's just not true confirming into kills at 60 anymore.
Says the Maple main.
Oh, I'm carried too, I get it.
But we do see Dakpo immediately run it back. I just inherently I disagree.
I don't understand the statement. It's not often that I'm fully disagreeing with somebody, but this one's a little risky. I do know that a lot of Wrastors, because they're trying to carry you to the blast zone, it helps to have a small stage.
Sure.
So I've seen people go to Treetop a lot. I've seen people go to Ethereum Forest.
I also call it Treetop.
Yeah. The reason I don't think we're there is because it's a Lox, and I don't want to fight Lox on that stage no matter how good it is for me. The problem is I feel like we're just getting diet, not tree chop, diet Ethereal Forest.
Had to use the magma down there in the bottom of the blast zone, and Dakpo wisely go ahead and just charge that down smash.
See, I love that Dakpo's proving me wrong, though. It's not all stage. There's no stage that I think is an unwinnable matchup for anybody, anything like that. But you got to make it easier for yourself.
Well, Dakpo hasn't killed himself
does
so
it
far
again! A third, and
That's
we
how
fire
he plays his
right
bird.
back.
Shout out to Torque.
Torque, where are you?
Yeah, I'm stoked.
Tail slide, Tony. Pumped.
He's stoked.
Rad.
Dakpo, on the other hand, is just all business.
That big business Bobby out here. Takes his time, he thinks.
Go die. Those platforms are nasty for Loxodont.
Yeah.
Nice and wide, plenty of room to wave land on. There's that neutral beat right in center. Kick things off just a little bit later this time, but still in the same spot.
Yep, if you have Magma, you can just cover the entire platform as a tech chase with a charge strong.
It's so good.
But you got to set it up, and Sago is one of the players, like, Sago doesn't keep Magma for long.
No.
A lot of people will hold on for the one moment. Sago's like, I can just build it up fast enough that I'm going to keep using my resource. Yes, I might not have it every single time I need, but I'm going to let it rip and try to get it more often. We get the high down air into the kind of wishful command grab, but I like it. I think we're seeing a little bit more drift. We're seeing a lot more like good DI from both players. There's things that would have killed and would have confirmed in the last games like that just aren't hitting quite anymore because they're ready. They're ready for like not just the regular B&Bs, but they're like, oh, you're the only one who hits me with that kind of stuff. That DI was phenomenal. Yep. That
Does
DI
not matter.
does not matter. You are dead. That was sick. That was dope.
Nice use of the magma there. Gets away from that down strong. Dakpo trying to close and even it out the stock. Sago trying to get as much percent as he can before he gives up the ghost on this.
There's that. Yeah, he's trying to get that hack stash into the grab, but Sago's not really falling for it anymore. Or he's sitting at placements that he's like, if I just wait slightly further, you're not able to do this. You get the tech chase. He misses the up air. Finally converts now.
Good TI. Going to survive this. Dakpo threatening though.
Pauses, waits. Yep, they're both so patient at the ledge now because both of them have been so aggressive at the ledge. Dakpo tried to call out that up air. Sago lands, takes the parry for his trouble, and Dakpo goes, oh, this is way easier now. Clips. Oh, that was a phenomenal, the pivot grab through.
Yeah, hyper aggressive from Dakpo from ledge there.
Ooh. Hasn't used it all that often. That is absolutely a jump call out. You might feel bad getting hit for it. That move, it feels like it is 2 character lengths taller.
It is.
You keep trying to jump, he will keep forward swinging. I don't even want to call it a forward strong. It's just the swing.
Gonna get full magma here. This is a very dangerous situation for Dakpo.
Okay. Oh my God, the turnaround into the jab. Hits the meatball right back.
Nice coverage. Great tech there from Dakpo. Yep, but immediately gets smacked with magma back air.
That would have purpled so much earlier too. That bird exploded.
We literally have had a Wrastor of Theseus moment multiple times now. Good wait with Dakpo there.
Oh, the slow. Problem is I'm so scared. Sago's edge guarding has just been on point.
Yep.
Great job sneaking the ledge, though. Dakpo will do that slow walk to ledge so that he can drop down at any moment, really making you have to say, like, I have to go on stage or go to ledge.
What a
pick your poison.
Has to burn a jump there.
Ooh, doesn't get the slipstream, though. That purple effect means that it's not online because you got to hit with it. If the bird has slipstream, they go a lot faster. There's a lot of combos that don't work otherwise. What are you doing down there? Hey, get back, but at what cost? Sago takes these usually. That is the exact same scenario that we've been seeing lead into it before. We've got the Magma 2, burns it, immediately gets it back. This all happened because Dakpo used that down air off stage, and it leads to the kill.
I would have sworn that would have led to one more interaction, and instead, Dakpo is knocked out at 7. Sago, summertime shy, baby. One more game, one more set, advances through loser's bracket.
And the thing is, we were talking about a lot of the winners that were like, ooh, I'm expected to make this, but like, I think I can do it, whatever.
Right.
Both of those players before top 8 were like, dude, I outplaced my seed by like 3 spots. I'm chilling. The rest of this is just gravy.
Yep.
Like, I'm having a great time at Combo Breaker. If I do even better, hell yeah. If I don't, I already proved what I'm made of.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And honestly, it's great to see it. You know, it's not just, you know, these Zoomers out here playing rivals. You got some space for the old heads in the community still, which is nice to see. You know, one day you and I will be up there if it's a tournament of 2 people. So that's how we get to grand finals.
Hey, you got to enter first to make it.
I've had a great weekend. This is my first Combo Breaker. I really just wanted to absorb as much of it as I could. And this is final Sunday here in
And now
Schaumburg.
you know why I've been telling you for like 4 years that, dude, you got to make it to Combo Breaker.
You have to.
Why aren't you going to Combo?
Listen, MomoCon's a great event. I live in the Southeast. It was a nice drive, but with Rivals 2 now at Combo Breaker as part of the R2CS, there's no place I would rather spend this Sunday than with you good folks here at home. And of course, the wonderful people of Schaumburg, Illinois. But we have one more set before we reach our final top 6, and we have the Zoomers back on the stage. This is HyperFlame. This is Stro. We have obviously 2 great players from Rivals 1 taking their talents to Rivals 2. I cannot wait for this set.
Yeah, I mean, this is, you're saying the Zoomers because they're playing fast. These 2 have been old heads for a long time now. They're zooming, they're grooving, they are going to play blistering pace. But Stroder's a long-time Rivals 1 player. HyperFlame has been extremely adept at a number of platform fighters and has been doing it for over a decade. They're old, but they got the APM still. They certainly got the APM still. HyperFlame is saying he's trying to go to a handful of these RCS events, the ones that he's able to make, but he's like, I want to be at this level, and I think his goal right now is to make top 8 at all the events he goes to.
So I'm interested to see how Stro plays this matchup compared to what we watched Vibe do earlier. Vibe made this matchup look unplayable.
He did, but I mean, HyperFlame has just a different style of Zetter. I feel like a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more like Stango's like true original main is so you're seeing a lot of that patience. You're seeing a lot of the like, I gotta get the grace, I gotta get the finesse. I cannot believe you got back from that. I thought we were finally low enough. What can't the Lion do? I guess
Also,
not live that.
Also, if he had not upbeat, they both would have died. Did you
Yes,
see that?
yeah, I did. I did.
Like, how funny would it have been if HyperFlame was just like, all right, I'm going down.
I would have. But when you know you can get ledge, you want to try at least. Okay, 3%. If you can clean this up, we missed the tech, but we don't get anything. He's looking for a roll in.
Good punish on that missed wave land there.
Ooh, I think Stro just kind of got caught up. Maybe a little bit of bad DI. Maybe thought that he had a jump or a resource that was not on lock yet.
Well, he had actually used the air dodge there because he was trying to land on that platform.
Yep.
So HyperFlame just kind of like a lucky break to get that there in that position when he did.
Similar to like a DI or a tech trap. If you tech early, you're going to miss the next tech because the game just doesn't let you mash tech and find it. Okay.
After a very, very strong start here from Stro, HyperFlame has fully taken over this game 1.
HyperFlame did a phenomenal job earlier in bracket. Took a lot of great players out of it, brought some to the brink. But even as recently as Smash Camp, like, took CakeAssault to game 5. Absolutely. Oh my God, the patience, the weight, the empty.
Oh, reverse fair's gonna do it. Yeah. Hard to DI that move at 100-something%.
Some would argue it's just hard to DI that move.
Also true.
Ooh, yeah, you're seeing HyperFlame go for a lot of these fade back forward airs. Stro, I know you want to hit me out of this. I know you think I'm overextending. I'm gonna let you jump into the move. Here we go. Here we go.
Yep. Oh, misses the grab there. Thought he was gonna roll back. We are moving.
Yeah.
We're not getting anything.
I was saying that they're both so aggressive. They're both going to fly at each other. They started doing that, and I think they both have immediately not hit the brakes, but they're like, okay, wait, I need to be at this distance just a little bit more. This is where I need to play at. And they're just doing this phenomenal footsies, the dash dance game to get right around each other. The up strong will pick it up after the shine. We're going to game 2.
What a swap, just even in the game itself.
Stro took 1 stock, and it looked like he was going to confidently take it for the rest. And HyperFlame says, nah, what about 3 unanswered? I got 3 back to back to back for you. What are you going to do about this? Okay. Get the jab, we get the down tilt, we're off stage. This is where we saw Vibe excelling so much. The thing is, we're seeing Stro. I think Stro is doing a little bit better job on stage, but Vibe was doing more off. The down air doesn't secure it the way it was. You gotta do a little bit more. You gotta grab ledge. You gotta really make the lion hate their life off there.
Oh, baby. Love that for you.
Yep. Feels silly. If you see your opponents jumping up a little too high, you know they can't sweet spot. Why not? It's your treat.
That's something I usually get on like silvers and golds, not HyperFlame in top 8. Way to go, started looking for that one.
Hey, if you recognize immediately that you've jumped too early, you do not have an option here. Yeah, I mean, when Vibe was getting those down airs off stage, they were a lot further off. They weren't right at ledge where they were able to get teched. Sure. That is the difference in the edge guarding right now. Test it again. We're gonna ride the ledge, but you were scared. You were scared of the orbital laser. Horizontal orbital laser at that one.
Yeah, right.
It's not coming from space, it's coming from a cat. Ooh, the up tilt flashes, okay. Goes to ledge.
Just such a quick answer. That's that beautiful movement right there. That ledge dash was absolutely bonkers from Hyper there.
I've been talking about what Stro needs to do in order to secure these edge guards, but I didn't even realize, like, you didn't need the edge guards. It was just getting the kills elsewhere.
Oh, you're just
takes
dead.
it.
Yeah, look at Hyper's face right. He's like, oh,
yeah.
Oh, I died.
It's like that. Well, that's what I was saying. I was so focused on that edge guarding that it's like, oh, but Stro is still securing all these stocks with these phenomenal combos.
Mm-hmm.
Almost was a 3-stock to a different 3-stock.
Yeah. So let's look here. Hadojo and Tempest Band.
Ooh.
Rock wall left open. A lot of up airs from Zetter, but the verticality of Clairen's combo game is not to be taken lightly here.
No, I think they both have some neat options here. It makes sense that we're coming here from HyperFlame, like you were saying. The verticality and the killing off the sides with that quick down strong.
Mm-hmm. Or even the fairs, you know.
Well, I mean, extremely the fairs, yeah. And if you're dying to combos from Clairen, the platforms you can combo off of, but it's not nearly as, you're not usually as practiced on the combos on these kind of pillars where if you're the cat and you're doing down air into the pillar, into whatever, you're like, all right, fun. It's a new playground. Just runs, carries it through.
Oh man, the down air to cover the attack. That up smash, not quite enough, not inflamed,
yeah.
not going to have the knockback.
Find to get it, but.
That one, though.
Oh no, Stro panics. Like, all right, you lift one, you're definitely gonna jump. And I was like, no, why would I? Why would I put myself there? I know that I can reach you through this platform.
And Hyper has barely taken any damage on this first stock here. Great up tilt.
Ooh, yeah, that's what I'm saying. A lot of these combos just, they're not quite connecting anymore because Stro is just, it's a little bit more ambiguous. It's a little bit weirder to cover. HyperFlame up 3-1 right now. I think this is just going to be the blowout set. Not for any one particular player, but each game. Each game is like, whose turn is it to make their combo video?
Right now, it is firmly Hyper who has pressed record.
Hit that little red button, hit record on OBS, and you just put on a show.
Nice.
Ooh, that does hit slightly further. A get up special. I think we were so scared that we DI'd further out.
Back air, up tilt.
All right. Sometimes you just hit the up special button on accident, and you're like, all right, where's my ejector seat? Where am I going instead? I can't go down towards him, but what do I do?
Let me hit this big red button and reset neutral, please and thank you.
accidentally went into pratfall there. It happens if you hit the taunt button while you're in the air. There's a few weird specific setups to get like special get up.
That was not one of them.
No, there was another weird special there. I know HyperFlame was having some controller issues earlier in bracket. Got a new cable, got it all fixed, but I'm scared. I'm wondering if there's some more issues going on in this game.
Wisely, I'm not even worried about Hyper's controller. I'm worried about Stro's. That thing is on fire right now. But the only thing on fire is Clairen. HyperFlame finding it in the dark there.
I mean, that was, it looked like HyperFlame was just going to easily take that game, and suddenly things started falling apart. We saw weird misinputs, and Stro's like, I mean, I'm going to claw this back, but I think HyperFlame had to stop the bleeding at that point.
Yeah. You
got to stem the bleeding. You got to say, like, wait, I'm not trying to make a comeback on this.
That tourniquet prevented a 3-1 from Stro. We're going to go over to Merchant now. We've got some, obviously, a little bit different layout of our plats here. Something that's going to benefit Clairen a little bit more. A crazy side B to kick things off here.
I do like this a lot more for the Clairen pick. You can cover so much of those two middle platforms with whatever hitbox you want, really.
Oh my goodness. You got the DI for that? No, you do not. Top corner. Great DI. Just
Trevor
wasn't
said
enough.
you could have lived that. I don't know. We didn't see the purple, but, I mean, that seemed like fairly good DI. Okay. Ooh, just weaving in and out. We're using every part of the sword right now.
I tell you, Stroder's OBS is working well at the moment.
The OBS, the APM, whatever next 3-letter acronym we want. Right now it's into the missed tech.
I can't believe that fair missed. That looked perfect.
Straight up looks like a different Clairen than we saw in the last game.
Oh!
He's playing out of his mind right now.
So speaking of controller things, that is something we've actually seen Hyper do quite a bit, is actually miss a waveline. 1 or 2 times you're like, all right, maybe it's a mistake. But that has been like 3 or 4 times I've seen so far just in this set, where he's just kind of air dodged a little bit above ledge, and that time Starter just whacked him with the forward smash.
Especially, sometimes you accidentally air dodge the ledge. Like it used to be an intentional thing, and then they nerfed it because they're like, hey, you shouldn't get the invincibility of the air dodge and the ledge invincibility. This is way too good. They were right. What you gotta do, like if you air dodge to ledge, you only have the invincibility of the air dodge. As soon as you grab ledge, you lose it, and Stro's like, yeah, I see that. I'm gonna forward strong. You are not safe there. Drops down.
Gonna use the special get up there. Does not get anything off of it though.
Doesn't find the combo, is on fire. Great job getting the grab, even through the dash back of Hyper. We go through, we go in, we go out. Where's the pressure? Oh my god. Oh my god, the weird shield push. Okay. Right before he gets to ledge.
That's a dead Zetter.
Hyper's been trying
wisely.
to go right to ledge a little too much. A little too often.
Another game 5 set.
I'm happy. I'm happy. We're getting banger after banger. What more could you want from Combo Breaker right now?
Listen, we need to make sure if this keeps up, they got to start paying us by the game wisely. I don't know. I don't know if I can handle all this, rivals. This is a phenomenal start to our set march towards grand finals, and we have a date on Godai Delta here to determine who will be the winner from this set.
My voice was fine at the beginning of this block, but I've got a feeling if we keep getting this game 5s, we're in for a rough time. Oh my god, wait.
What a call out with that down there.
That down air used to be a lot more guaranteed. It's been a hot few months since that's been. Okay, let's see. The back air off the wall jump. Yep, you just want to clear space on stage.
Starter said, get off me.
Yep, and one, that's why Hyper isn't even trying to go right there. Because you got to put some pressure on.
He's up airs.
No one's died yet. We're at very even percent, but this is all Stroder's game. That is exactly what he's put his name on. That is his bread and butter right now.
And that was off of another missed waveland. He air dodged up, got down tilted, and then he got charged neutral B. I don't know what's going on here from Hyper, but I hope that this is not a controller malfunction.
I mean, that's a very weirdly specific thing for the controller. You just gotta assume there's some. He's trying to tech, he's trying to air dodge, but oh no!
And you see the player cam.
Yeah,
HyperFlame knows that
hands.
this is the worst time for this to happen, and Stroder now only 1 stock away.
sometimes it might be controllers. Sometimes, though, you're playing at such high APM, you mess up one input, and that means the next 3 are not quite what you intended.
Sure. The nerves start to build up, too. We're out here on the final
on
stage.
top of each other. Ooh, this has been... Ooh, that's now like 3 in a row. It's getting called out. Hey,
first hit
all
to the
right.
purple.
76. I think you get one more neutral exchange. Let's see here.
You may not even get that one.
That's not off the top quite yet. We're on Godai, but I think that's it. You get one more good combo, and that is a dead lion. HyperFlame, you've got to put in some work. You got to do the magic.
He's going to hold up on that up air, that up throw. Got to watch out for back throw now, though.
He keeps double jumping back to ledge. It's got him killed before he got back there, but he does it again. Oh my God, Stroder's trying to call it out too. If he's a little bit quicker on the trigger, that is dead. It doesn't matter though. Stro has moved on.
No pop off this time.
No.
He's qualified for top 8. And you sit there and you see the life leave your opponent's eyes there in that game 5. You know the mental damage, the poison tick is leading to that extra stack. And all you have to do is play your game. All you have to do is execute your game plan. And congratulations, Stroder. You are now one step closer to being a combo breaker champion. We have 2 7th place finishes now in Dakpo and HyperFlame. Congratulations to them both for making it this far in their journey. We have to take an ad break, but we have a banger coming up, guys.
Oh my God, I'm very excited for this. I'm sitting down. We got more beige, different beige. We're gonna get CakeAssault versus the hometown legend Sago. Stay tuned.
I ran into Shakespeare at the sink, and Shakespeare, of course, Chicago Melee commentator extraordinaire,
But
big backer of Sago. Looks at me
big
and
backer
goes,
Sago has been playing a ton of rivals.
He
this
has
weekend.
been. He has been.
loves rivals.
But looked at me and said, he's going to die, isn't it? And I said, probably. Probably. But we'll see, man.
Until it happens, they're going to be cheering loud and proud. And if it doesn't, oh, Chicago's not going to let you hear the end of that one.
Imagine Sago beating CakeAssault, which is what we are seeing on our screens right now, Wisely.
You said imagine Sago being CakeAssault. This is Sago's first in-person tournament ever. His first online tournament ever, he beat Elkies. Sago is no stranger to making monumental upsets.
That is a true combo. Loxodon's up throw is a war crime. Do not touch it, Nan. I need it.
It's all right. Okay. Interesting that we're back on the 4s. Because the Fleet was just playing out of this world.
Also, Fleet Loxodont is a lot better than 4's Loxodont.
Yeah.
Because you get to do stuff like this where you just up throw into imagination.
But I mean, he did lose it to Bbatts, so maybe it's like, hey, I got the one game that looks phenomenal. The next one wasn't quite there. We didn't bring it to the game 5 even. Drops down. Yeah, use the one clone to kind of throw him off. The second one grabs ledge. GG's, pick your poison. What a grab. The hitfall forward air is so fast. It's what the move is designed for. The clone's going to keep dropping. You're new to watching Rivals.
Whipped around.
Yeah, he did. You're new to watching Rivals. The clone. You use side special either direction. The direction you push is going to be the real one. Wait. I can explain game mechanics later. We've got some war crimes happening on the screen.
CakeAssault gonna try to even this back out.
Ooh, the cape's pulling him through.
Percentages are clean.
A lot of that cape stuff is easier on the big bodies. It's on Krag, it's on Lux, it's on Edelus.
That was an invincible back air just flung into the face of Sago there.
Who almost hits the tusks though. Sago fires right back. The huge magma charge to clear a lot of the smoke. We see the moonwalk.
Punished.
No, that was it. That is what you needed.
You didn't have to charge it. He was dead.
No, he was dead to rights. Even the half charge. Okay.
So CakeAssault recognizes that Sago takes that beat in between those jabs and grabs, and instead of letting Sago have the opportunity. Gonna get the back throw? No, jumps out this time, just out of the percent window.
Getting the grab off the cape, too. The cape was the strong. The first hit's gonna pull you in, the second's gonna send out the dagger, but you get to choose if you do that second hit. Sago says, I don't care if you're choosing, we're going off the top. evening this up, but the dagger into the tilt to try to keep the combo going. You can get back, but you're now spending a lot of resources. You only get a couple more.
And he's done.
Doesn't have any magma. Yeah, we spent the air dodge. You're not even going to be able to side special close enough to get up there.
That was such a good start to that for Sago, but Cake understood the assignment there.
If the elephant is off stage, he's got to be dead. He's got to be dead.
And what better than a couple of hyenas to take out an elephant?
Truly the circle of life. All right, we're banning Dojo and we're banning Harbor. Dojo's kind of been the sleeper pick for the Loxes recently.
Sleeper, nothing. You don't want Lox to go to Dojo.
Yeah.
You're just going to get up smashed into your dome. Godai, also very good for Lox, though. We talked about it in the last set with Sago versus Dakpo. The way that Sago can move amongst these wider platforms here on this PS2 style layout makes a huge difference for his combo continuation.
We do love our duo plats. Top plat, I've never even heard of her. Okay. It's clipped. Okay, wait. Oh no, Sago, what are you doing?
We're making it back. We're good. We got.
I don't think we're making it back. I don't think we're good. I think this is still going. I think this is still the CakeAssault show. 115, 121 into death. Rosie, you said we were good. You said we were good.
He was. He made it back to stage. He just didn't
he never got out of disadvantage. Never got out of combo.
He was on stage though. That's all I'm saying. Oh my gosh, these spot touches around the grabs. Get nice back here there, but not anywhere near a % kill on Godai.
Huge parry. Sago came out of the gate swinging in the last game, and right now Cake just seems to have such a strong read. I'm like, hey, I know you got some stuff. I gotta respect you, but like, hey, I know what you're going for. Sago says, I know what you're going for right back there.
Look at that.
Ledge. Keep it simple. Keep it dumb.
Magma charge.
Cake earlier in the bracket, like day one, was asked, who are you scared of, if anybody? He says, I'm not really scared, but I am obviously keeping an eye out for Stango. The other thing he said he's keeping an eye out is for anyone that's seeded high that I've never heard of before. And I think Sago is exactly that. Sago was not seeded to make top 8. Sago was supposed to get like 24th, but the hometown hero, the person who's not been to an in-person Rivals 2 tournament, that is who you're scared of, honestly.
Wow, uses the crouch cancel and the pull momentum off the F-tilt to actually set themselves up for a punish.
Stall so long off stage, but it doesn't quite matter. We will be able to recover. The parry drops down. I'm dropping down right there with you.
Yeah, that was actually brilliant work there from Cake. Just a checkmate situation after that.
Well, it wasn't really the checkmate, but it was like, hey, you've been dropping down from ledge because it's safe 90% of the time. What if I just follow you? At that point, yes, indeed, it was a checkmate.
Nice backer on that. Cake not quite ready. Not the best DI there.
Not the best DI, but Cake has been adept at getting back to stage. Sago seems like it's been having a little difficulty figuring out which one's the clone. How do I edge guard here? Sometimes if you don't have quite the same level of experience, it's very hard. Everyone says like, oh, it's a CPU. Like, there's no way I'm gonna fall for that. In the heat of the moment, yes, you absolutely will. In that case, missed the back air, but the back air was an attempt on the clone again.
Huge backer there. He's got to keep the % low if he wants an opportunity here.
Cakes came down with an aerial, and that's why the meatball didn't work. It got slapped out the back throw. Okay. All right. You know what?
I would make a note of that if I was Sago. That's been a couple times now. A back air earlier, and then that back throw. Cake has not had good DI on some of these options.
I promise you. Keeping an eye out. You've got to put together a
what a grab,
stop.
and you're...
That was grab into down throw into drop through charge.
And it almost worked.
I've never seen that before.
That was gross.
I want to know what would have happened.
He would have gone upwards and probably back aired, if I had to guess.
Probably.
Or he would have gotten because he would have gotten hit from the base of it.
It was way too low % for it to kill.
No. It was the setup.
It was like 40, but I've never seen someone go for that setup before. If that was timed just slightly better.
Oof. And that is that distance game that Forsburn gets to play on Loxodont. You have been deceived, dear Sago.
Yeah, one of the only characters that can outdistance the giant axe. Not crazy well. It is only on the strongs. It's not on the right. The dagger itself doesn't got that disjoint. The same level of disjoint. that a teabag in the corner?
It sure was.
Lose stock into teabag. You know what? Sago. It's what we believe.
Oh my God.
Oh dear. It's not done yet, but man, does it look rough. Cake.
My brother. It's not necessary.
It's in front of his own people.
He's just a boy, Cake.
In front of... Cake is definitely a decade younger than Sago.
Little did you guys know, I'm actually on stage right now playing Loxodont. Sago, man, has played such an amazing run, but Cake, I got nothing, man. There's no insight. This is just a body bag.
It doesn't even look like Sago ran out of steam. It looks like Cake just got the operating system download, and I mean...
That was a 41% 3-stock.
You got it like that, you got it like that.
That was 0 to death. He took 11%, and then he took 20% on that 3rd stock. Cakeassault. Loser's Cake is activated wisely. Loser's Cake is activated. We saw a great stock lead from Sago in game 1 of that set, and then Cake just strangled him the rest of it. Just right here until that poor elephant was no more.
It's just bedtime.
Oh my God.
It's just sleeping
Oh my
time.
God. We just the most candid moment. Cake and Stroder just smiling at each other and just a big old high five between the two of them. It was very goofy.
Nice. I am...
Holy shit.
You know what? Considering the number of game 5s we had, somebody had to bite the bullet. Somebody was going to have to get put in a body bag.
Oh, buddy.
Didn't want it to be Sago, but... I mean,
listen, Sago going, so we've talked about Cake, talking about all these people that he's looking at. I talked to Sago yesterday. I said, hey, what does it look like going into top 8? What does it look like for top 8? He's like, man, I really don't want to play CakeAssault.
Yes.
Like, he just straight up was like, I know how this is going to go.
Yeah, that was not a surprise. Like I said, though, Sago was seeded to be, like, somewhere in the 20s.
And got 5th.
Every single bit of extra, like, got one more spot, got one more spot. I asked him earlier, I was like, hey, are you going to go to any other RCS events? And he said, I'm an old man.
Yep.
This was my vacation.
Yep.
I came here to have fun.
Yep.
But, man, this feels good today.
Gotta think about it.
He was not planning at all on going to more RCS events, but the success he saw today, he's like, what if I do it? What if the old man puts one more season in the tank?
Does he have another bullet left in the holster? So now we are going to see a repeat of what we saw at the start.
Well, repeat matchup, but not a repeat of the players. Stango got sent to losers by 5. With the best Clairens to do it, but Stro is sitting on the other side also with the claim to the name.
A little too low there. Didn't have the air dodge he needed to get back up into position for that up B. Whoa.
Ooh, sometimes you just get pushed off a little bit.
That's
Great.
a stock.
Yeah.
That's brilliant from Stroder. That is Occam's razor. The simplest solution is the best one.
Pretty sure you could have like SDI'd into the wall to tech, but it's got a weird amount of hit pause where you're like, wait, when do I tech? Because he's kind of sitting there. Stango not phased at all by the weird edge guard, and while I'm explaining that, takes just a fiery stock back.
Okay.
Yup, that's what I've been saying.
DI's away. Smart, no follow-up after that.
Let Zetters just hit your shield for free.
Oh, you're just dead.
But oh my God.
This is why you don't take this character here.
I know you think that you're playing the swordsman. Marth always wants to go to the stage with close blast zones and like no top plat to go to. And that being said, I ban Aether floor against Zetter every single time, and I think we just saw why.
What a absolutely wild first game there for Stango. Said, I don't need the crack just yet. I'm going back to the tried and true. So we have seen this counter pick from Stroder. He used this to actually win his last set versus a Zetter.
Yeah. I do think that it's a decent Clairen stage. That just worked.
That was gross.
That was
up throw forward smash. What the?
That is not the way that move works. That is a, wow, you DI'd in the one way that this possibly could connect, and I immediately recognized it.
So we saw CakeAssault in the last set absolutely just put the vice grips onto Sago. It feels like Stango says, hold my beer. I also have got this.
Stango and Cake both went into losers early. They are the number 1 and 2 seeds, and then they were both sitting in losers. I would not at all be surprised if they've been sitting practicing together. And we're like, hey, we're going to fight each other at the end here, but let's make it a fight to get there. If they meet at losers finals, that is exactly what they want.
And that's the crazy thing, is if they
Oh
make it all
God.
this way, it is just to see who makes it to Grands. My goodness, that wall jump fair. Stango, he's just a boy.
Okay. Oh, God. Sometimes, at 59, why am I already scared? Why am I already
for
nervous?
good reason, he was going to die. What do you mean? That's a perfectly good reason to be scared.
Text at that time. Ooh, the high dare gets called out. Stro needs to find something, but we were able to get those. We were able to get the lasers. We were able to get those down smashes. We were able to get the down tilts in the last set.
You saw
Stango's recovery is so good that he just slides straight through and says, all right, this is an RPG. It is my turn now.
You saw a little bit of that movement there from Stroder, and it was actually really interesting to watch because, you know, versus HyperFlame, the two of them kind of started this dance around each other. Stango on the other said, I'm not here for this bullshit. I'm going to downstrong you, and you're going to die. You better be, if you're going to be moving, you better be moving with purpose, and this was not with purpose.
If you're dash dancing, you can't dash dance in the same 1 to 2 character lengths. You got to be dash dancing extremely intentionally. Okay. Like that pivot to turn around to kind of threaten the back air.
Why is that safe? Why is down air safe on shield? My goodness.
Right.
Stango, please.
The F-tailed that ledge. We truly are playing Rivals 1 again, but to the back air. Oh, I thought it was going to be into the strong. Instead, we get one more. Forward air was DI'd well, so it's not going to take it, but uh-oh. You got stuck on the plat.
And that's been a few times in this top 8. We've seen Stroder kind of get stuck in his movement up there on the plat. Oh my goodness, that up he nearly killed.
Yeah. I don't think you were quite ready to be sent that way. Okay, we get the send up, we send down. Take the elevator.
He needs every hit he can get here because that down air almost killed off the top.
We're at 190 right now. Stro's got to be happy that he hasn't found death quite yet, but I mean, Stango's just putting on a show right now.
Back air.
Stro, make me eat my words. Make me eat my words.
No!
Gets the reset and then just dies to back throw. My man.
You're at 200, so I get it.
I mean, I get why back throw got killed, but you got the reset. That was your chance. Instead, Stango has not even slowed down. Stro got off the Angel plat.
Oh my
Stango's
God.
like, all right, let's see the plat again. I really like that, the fire into the ledge so that you can just immediately carry the combo. All right,
Smart.
all right, you went low,
Smart.
you went a little too low.
You knew what you were doing.
Grab ledge, rinse, repeat. I'm a little surprised that wasn't into an off strong, actually. I don't know if it would have killed, but been a little bit of a better chance. Stro's been jumping out, he's been going for all these offstage options, and is just not doing it versus Stango. He's now scared of Stango's recovery, he's scared of being turned around, he's scared of being countered.
Wisely, I don't want to talk about being scared too much right now, but if I'm Stango, I'm a little nervous at the moment. This man is going absolutely bananas.
He is, but he can't finish it. He can't find the food.
He's
not
evened
been
it
able
out,
to
though.
do it. That I don't care. Stango's taking it.
Oh my God. You
have to finish
you're right.
your food.
You're right.
You can't
You're right.
do your edge guard and not complete it.
You're right.
We've seen Stango live to 190 multiple times already.
Oh man, Stroder doing his damnedest to keep this set going, but is just between a rock and a hard place right now.
Yeah, that being said, all the yelling I just did, that works against every single other Zetter in the building.
We watched it. We watched it work in top 8.
Mm-hmm. And Stroder's keeping it damn close. It's just, if you'd secured it, if you'd finished it, it would be over now. You would get that one game, you'd get the new lease on life, you'd be able to keep the momentum going. Please prove me wrong now.
Here it is. This is how you get this moment. You control this corner. Even when they come back to the stage, you get the back airs into the fairs instead. 1, 2, 3,
Get the
4.
charge. I'm actually really happy. That's the first time I've seen him go for that charge in several games, and that was the thing I was saying Schroeder was doing such a good job of before. If I see that charge, I feel like he's seeming more
Just
confident, more confirmed. It's not going to kill quite yet. You got one more. Can you make him work for it? People sitting could be kill percent.
That's it.
Oh,
That's it off the top.
That's exactly what Stro needs.
The back air into back air? Excuse me?
I was saying there was so many times where Stro got the neutral opening, got part of the combo, and just hesitated, paused, waited. The fact that we're starting to see the charges again, and we're getting stuff like you did not hesitate or pause at all. You hit the back air and you knew what the next option was. That's why he was able to clutch out that game. If that momentum carries through, we are about to see a barn burner next one.
This is a very good Zetter pick here for us. I'm interested to see because Clairen can't quite snipe those side platforms like she is on the other stages, which is why you come into here. You can get the up air, but it's the up tilt, but it's not going to quite just be as dominating as it is on some of the other side plats.
All right, we're up at the top, and we've seen Stango loves going for that back air and up strong. Every Zetter does, but Stango finds it even more. You get that at that top platform, you're dead so early. Stango against Vibe was losing a lot of those, the throw 50-50 into the strong.
Yep.
There we go. This is exactly, I just got to yell once, and then we're back in. So he's playing with the confidence. He's playing, he's making his decisions faster again.
Great fair there. That is going to be a dead Clairen. 2 stocks apiece, 0-0.
Ooh, doesn't quite at the down air, but right. Oh, not what I expected. All right. Seemed a little bit wishful from Stango.
Watch out.
Ooh, Stango had to DI hard out. This is starting to be shades of that Vibe set again. This is exactly how Vibe was starting to take it. Vibe took it from the beginning, though. Stro might have to make this huge comeback.
I just want to point out the amount of time that Stango just stayed on that angel platform for us. The moment of composure, the moment of thought, he knows that Schroeder has not only brought this set back, but is now actually in a very strong position.
There's clear momentum on Schroeder's side, but one stock separates Stango from the next side of bracket. Stro, you got to make it happen. You got to bring this to a game 5. I think you can.
Here's the shines. Here's the down air. Here's the up strong. 46% already from Stango. This is how he starts it. He's got to get off this ledge. Schroeder usually takes this for another 30-40%.
So like I said in the last set, that was Schroeder's bread and butter. Once he got calm, once he felt composed, forward throw, he's not going to take it.
It's such a little thing, but when Stango actually shines...
That's going to clip. That's going to clip. That could be it. No, drops down to ledge. Great slide off. Great slide off. Not for the top yet. Oh, what? The weight says, I know you're going to panic when you get near me. I know you're going to panic.
He wants this grab. He needs this grab.
He's been fishing a little bit, but there it starts.
Great back air. Doesn't get it.
That fish might have been all he needed. Not yet. Oh, you are so glad that didn't lead into the strong quite. One more.
That's going to be it. That's going to be it. That's enough. That's a heartbreaker for Schroeder. Not quite a purple, but Stango knew he was going to roll away from him to avoid the up strong. And Stango gets the grab, gets the inflamed forward throw. And that is how Stango punches his ticket to another date with destiny.
And you saw Stro going from like playing a pretty shaky. Like we saw earlier, Stro was playing phenomenally in some other sets, but I think he thought Stango was this insurmountable option of like, I have to beat this person now. Yeah. Played a little shaky, but when Stro started to play his game, that's when we saw the combos not just racking up to 190, but they end a little bit earlier because we're ending in kills.
Yes. Because Bbatts I could definitely see as the 3 seed. That one I understand, but Vibe had to be an 8 to make it into the Stango spot.
I mean,
no, I'm sorry. Bbatts would have been a 4 seed playing against Cake.
Bbatts was saying earlier today, this is not just, oh, I'm playing the best I've ever played, playing the best fleet that anyone has ever played. I think at my current skill level, I am top 5 in the world. I just need to show them.
And here we go. This is how you do it. First stop on the RCS tour, but Vibe has his own statement to make here.
At some points, Vibe was making Stango look silly. Gonna easily do the same thing right back to Bbatts, but we are going out. You're not making it.
Not a ton of characters can
there.
threaten Clairen down there, and that's where Vibe has been recovering to quite a bit, just for simplicity's sake. But that works on the floaty characters too, Wisely. Woo! Let's go, baby. Let's go, Vibe. I don't play this character as much anymore, but it's still sick. And then they die. That's
Vibe
unfortunate.
is playing Clairen not just like the swordsman, but also like a sniper. I can hit you up close. I can hit you from all the way back here.
But Bbatts still firmly in control of this game one, though. Has been constantly just pestering Vibe down there on the lower side of the wall. Like I said, a lot of characters cannot bug Clairen down there. Fleet is one of the ones that can, and that was another stock loss. What happened there?
I think that Vibe expected the arrow to hit and tried to attack.
Yeah.
And then just, you know, sometimes you just panic and you're like, oh shoot, that didn't hit, that didn't do whatever. All right, shoot, I just dropped. Like, I think you missed the tech, and because of that, you also missed your wall jump timing.
Sure.
And then you're a fast faller.
Yeah.
You're just down a little too
And
low.
you fell very fast.
But yeah, if you're trying to tech wall jump and suddenly you get neither of them, and you're another 3 character lengths down, you just, oh shoot, all right, let's GG's go next.
We're making some adjustments real quick. We're testing out some buttons.
Oh, it might have been a button issue. Okay. Either way, we love the button check on the character select screen. That way we can immediately run this right back. We're not worried. We're not getting into a different game to find out. But we are back on Go Die Delta. Bbatts just swats Vibe out of the sky. You like to jump. I know that, and because of that, we're at 44%. You might have gotten the good snipes, but I am playing the archer.
That would have been enough right there in and of itself. It's so difficult for Vibe to really even get their feet underneath them. Bbatts just stuffing so much of what they want to do.
I mean, on paper, you're like, oh, we've got the swordsman versus the zoner. Bbatts isn't zoning. Bbatts is just in your face.
Oh, my goodness.
Any worse DI, and that would have killed it 74% after hit.
You
that,
still might be
if
dead.
we got a little bit more charge, that definitely would have done it. It's the grab. Where are we going? We drop down. I love the drop zone there.
That was crazy that Vibe was able to get back around that.
Vibe got hit by that multiple times in the last game. The fact that we are already seeing the adaptation, we are already seeing Vibe live in spots that wouldn't have done before.
Just gets one more for good measure.
Yep.
Vibe taking the first stock here. No SDs so far. Gonna get the backer? Yes, sir. That arrow was so sick. Popping right in front of him. Served it on a plate there for Bbatts.
Evens up, but I mean, like we were talking about, Vibe has already made it some huge shifts. You were not living these spots before, you are now. That is giving you way more neutral openings, and you are taking them much further. Okay. Seems like he's trying to opt for a lot of those back airs because against the floaties they're going to kill sooner, but we've already seen that charged neutral special will lead into kills at some disgusting percents.
That shield.
Yep, the skittle, the tic
It's a dead
tac,
Clairen.
crack. We're off stage, but 104 is very light. You hit, if that hit. Okay. You got a lot of fancy platform movement, my friend, but I'm just gonna wait here and grab.
Wow.
That side hit of the up air. It's like that shoulder hitbox that just is purples. Okay.
Yep.
Godai goes dark, but this seems like it's Bbatts' story. 97% Vibe, you can bring it back. We've absolutely seen it.
This might be it right
How
here,
it starts.
Sam.
This is how it starts. Bbatts is able to get off the ledge. We're not stuck there anymore, but we can grab once more.
Grab. Did you see that?
Yes, I did.
Finally,
Two of
Vibe.
them. That's 2 of them. We saw him jump in the air to get it earlier, too. Just a drop down.
Reset.
Oh, thought he was outside of the no-fun zone just a little bit longer. Was looking for that read on the tech.
Nice fair there from Ledge.
You keeps rolling out. Bbatts is starting to just cover it immediately. He's rolled out a number of times now. Let's keep an eye out for it.
No jump there. Vibes tried to call that a couple times himself. That nair.
Oh, you were
that nair.
holding left. I don't know if it would have made a difference, but you certainly exploded. Okay.
We've talked about this in previous sets. I would really, really like to see Vibe start to throw some parries into his game plan a little bit. We don't really see him use it as an option super often, and he just started using the plasma field there as an option as well. But, I mean, this should be a very cut and dry matchup.
Traditionally, this is thought of as a really difficult matchup for Fleet. And I know that it's not considered as bad anymore, but the tools are still there.
Listen, when Fleet was like considered the best character in the game, it was considered a terrible match.
Yeah.
And now Fleet is not the best character in the game.
But the things that made it good for Clairen also got nerfed in some ways. I've heard that it's a little bit better, but it's still not a fun matchup. You are still dealing with the plasma field. We saw it twice. The thing is, Bbatts isn't given a whole lot of times to parry or to use the plasma field on a projectile. Bbatts has just been in your face. Bbatts is floating. Bbatts is moving. It's not the sit back, throw the tornado. There's been a little bit of the tornado. Certainly not doing a ton of arrows.
Why plasma field when you can just up tilt? Grab, forward throw, yep. Doesn't get the sweet spot.
I like
that
the
done
weight.
does.
Said I like the wait, but there was a second pause, and that's really what sealed the deal.
I want to say that Bbatts won the last game, right? Am I crazy?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, production, we have a 2-0 game right now for Bbatts.
It's all right. It's all right.
I just want to make sure the people at home tuning in aren't confused by it. This has been a very strong showing from Bbatts so far.
Either way, if we were gaslighting ourselves, that'll show up on the screen in just a moment. Okay. Let's go back. All right. Oh, barely misses that grab. It's gotten a lot of those run-through grabs, and it's just not happening this time. Bbatts has kind of gotten a beat. I'm like, all right, you like to do this. I can spot dodge. That being said, Vibe is sitting well right now. Has now lapped Bbatts in percent. Is not dead.
Has all the resources,
yeah.
but this should make it very easy. What a
Great
tag!
tack. Great tack.
I just assumed Bbatts had that lock down there. That's crazy.
Ooh, just high.
Yep.
That's going to kill with the pop off the top. No, we weren't in hit stun anymore.
So smart.
So smart, but I mean,
We delayed the inevitable.
Waiting for the bow. Okay, they're just jockeying for position right now. It's a little bit trickier.
Bbatts lucky that was not a stock right there. This still might be.
I'm going to say, I've seen that set up time and time again. The down tilt into the charge neutral special. If the down tilt sweet spots, it seems like on floaties that, I don't know if it's guaranteed, but it's certainly guaranteed on that DI.
It's on heavies too. We saw it on a bunch of Zetter stocks. Wow, the reverse hit of the F tilt there. Turn out up tilt into the down air. We've got a little pillar.
Okay, gets the grab. Bbatts is doing a really good job on the DI on these throws. There's a gross mix-up there. We just haven't seen come into play quite yet. Like that, drift right out of that range. Also, Vibe isn't really doing the mix-up much. It's just opting to throw off ledge no matter what.
Yeah, just get it set
sense.
up. Yeah, you.
If you hold in, I'm going to forward strong, and if you hold out, I'm going to edge guard.
Yeah, he's looking for that down tilt like we talked about, which right now is set up.
The slick movement to find that grab. Bbatts will, like any light character, we've seen it all time and time again. First verse, same as the second. That's not the order of verses, but whatever. Vibe cemented
Just
one more game.
ripped that forward smash.
Don't waste my time.
I feel like we have to take a second to breathe in between each of these games because the players are just flying at each other.
We are not going to be given an option.
No.
I feel like we are most likely going to see... Never mind, didn't even get a chance to guess.
Everyone's going to Tempest so much this tournament.
I was going to say Rockwall, so I was wrong.
I wouldn't have guessed Tempest either, but I mean, Tempest has been the pick for a lot of players. Love that Waveland on grab.
Somewhere Tucson is smiling.
Yep, you're sitting in shield just a little too long, my friend. You see Bbatts use the charge, the empowerment. the thing that lets you get the wind chime ready, not only to prep the resource, but also to use it for new reverse movement.
Yeah, it's very similar to like empty inhale smoke with Forsburn. It's one of those things where it's so good for positioning. Oh my God, what a counter hit!
There's the air dodge. I think we're out of the jump too, but you let him get the ledge.
It's such a mix-up though. You don't really have much of an option.
Clairen's the drift might be a little bit worse, but it's still there. It's still good. Goes high. Oh, almost gets called out. Does get called out. Great job getting the grab, but again, we're just holding out. We're holding out on every throw, and it keeps working. I would love to see Vibe. I know. Gets the wall. I thought we were close. Wow.
That was a crazy conversion.
Wow. Okay. They're slamming into each other right now. Oh, that small float right above Clairen.
Oh man, that was so Vibe dipped even lower there.
Yep.
To avoid Bbatts, and Bbatts still had an option coverage for him.
Yep. I mean, to start that stock too, that was just Bbatts drifting just over Clairen, right out of range. As soon as you swing and miss, I'm on top of you. Misses he was trying to get that the turnaround, the soft hit back air instead. Just whiffs, and now we are in Vibe territory.
Oh, don't say that so soon. Might be a dead Clairen here.
Wow, it's just on stage, and the wind chime has flipped the script. Okay. Pauses, moves. Oh, and again! It's just Upstrong City in here.
Floaty killer.
Seems like Bbatts is swinging just a little bit more.
Yeah, between the down strong and the down B there, I was very interested in seeing the thought process.
We've talked about how difficult these players are to kill. A lot of people are really doing a good job getting the damage, but they can't find the end. Bbatts has been doing a phenomenal job earlier, but something about Vibe's cadence, the drift, the way that you're DIing, like SDI, everything is just slightly different, and it seems like Bbatts is having a hard time adjusting to it.
Well, so a lot of it is the fact that Vibe is just strictly going high or putting themselves in ambiguous positions where the up B cannot be covered. The first couple games that Bbatts won, it was these low recoveries that Bbatts was like, I can punish this. I'm going to make you regret going down here. And Vibe just said, I'm not going to go down here against you.
Yep. I think oh, a little bit more charge. That would have hit.
And oof. Grab throw, great jump from Bbatts there. So
close to getting hit by it, but Bbatts deftly gets out. Oh, okay, that was some sort of mishap. You got caught. You got caught.
You're dead.
Wow.
You're dead. Not only did you cut, you're dead. Bbatts with the emphatic pop-off from that too. In grand finals of Combo Breaker. This is what he was talking about, Wisely. He is a top 5 player in the world. He is the best fleet going right now, and he's showing us why, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
That is what you have to do when you make such emphatic statements. You have to have emphatic gameplay to go along with it. Congratulations to Bbatts punching their way into grand finals.
There's a lot of people who can talk the talk, but Bbatts is absolutely saying, all right, I talked some trash. I put some strong statements out. Now watch me back them up. And
there's
no rest. And there's no rest. Why is there no rest?
For the weary, there's no rest for the wicked. We are about to see what we thought was going to be grand finals.
Loser semis.
Loser semis. These two are just playing for the honor of getting to losers finals. It's Stango versus CakeAssault.
Number 1 versus number 2. The 2 top seeds of this tournament. Now playing to see who will be out at 4th and who will have to go through Vibe and potentially Bbatts to try to win this tournament. You are going to have Forsburn versus Zetter. You have a family affair now on stream for you. We have a hell of a loser semis.
Some drama in the household, but I want to show the roadmap just a little bit more. We're talking about this is Stango versus Cake.
Production, while we're getting this button check, can we get a bracket up real quick? Never mind, they're jumping into it.
They're fine.
Sorry,
they're fine. Well, so, Stango versus Cake, both of them, to win this, have to fight through the person that sent them to losers. no matter who wins this, if it is Stango or Cake, they have to fight. Like, either Vibe is going to shut them both down, but 5 beat Stango, Cake, or Bbatts beat CakeAssault. If you want to win this bracket, you've got to overcome some demon first. We've told the tales of losers CakeAssault. Stango is the modern marvel. I am so excited to see these two fight again. I know that we've had some historic blowouts. We've seen some close ones. Stango was saying that he's been practicing. He's feeling very good about this. He's not counting Cake out, but he's like, hey, I know that I talk some. I got to back it up. Let's see it.
One of the big things that Stango had mentioned prior to this top 8 starting was making sure to stay as grounded as possible versus CakeAssault. Cake, and by extension Forsburn, has such a great air-to-air option that not only leads to these longer aerial strings, but also do drag downs into these grabs and dash attacks that you just don't want to get hit by. And so Stango's going to make it a point to try to stay on the center stage as much as possible. Make these extensions matter when you get these trade-offs here with these hits. He thinks he's got the punish game to challenge CakeAssault punish to punish, but he has to be able to get in position for those punishes first.
Yeah, the back air and down air are both going to be the nightmare. Those are the moves that you are absolutely looking out for in neutral. Gets the fireball, hits the forward air, but doesn't get the sweet spot. It's very ambiguous. Where is CakeAssault going? That's the clone. We get the pop. Trying to jockey for position, but just isn't. Like the dash dance just isn't quite there right now.
You have that classic.
He was scared.
The classic Cake homing missile of that clone.
Yep.
Using that to just distract, to annoy, to pester, to deceive. And
that's the thing. A lot of other forces are like, oh yeah, I'm going to try to throw you off. You're going to try to figure out which one is the clone, which one's not. And Cake's like, I have a homing missile now. I'm just going to throw it at you. If you fall for it, great. If you don't, it's still going to pop. You're either going to have to hold the shield pressure, or you're going to have to hold this mix-up.
See the forward strong there, just outspaced a little bit. Going to get the grab now. Drops
him
up.
Off stage. Oh no. That's the pop I was talking about, but doesn't find the confirm off of it.
Up throw into the back air. Cake just directly in position for everything.
Great tech. I actually really like the tech into the aerial down special.
And that's what's the mix-up there. Stango can go for the aerial down special. He can wave land on the stage from that. Cake not ready for it, but does get the F-tilt there.
No, the dagger doesn't hit, but that one will.
It's not about the dagger that misses. It's about the dagger that connects.
Just waits right. Did you see that spacing around the cave? He knew exactly where he needed to be. But Cake's recovery. Stango just seems to not quite be able to figure out what to do about the smoke.
Get the up throw, get the up air, get this extension going. This is where Stango has to make his bread.
Ooh, okay, we're in the scrap. Stango historically is very good in that kind of scenario. Cake is probably going to try to back off, pull a clone. No, doesn't have time. Doesn't have time and kind of doesn't need to.
The fast faller fallacy. Dash attack, get you put into the corner. Bad parry there. Stango punishes.
If one misses, go for it again. Just do it. You should forward air more. If you're a Zetterburn, you should be forward airing more.
That was a nasty, nasty ground to ground there that led into that up smash. CakeAssault oh so ready off that jab. Man, Cake looks good, Wisely.
Cake's been looking real good. Stango might have been putting in time, might have been putting in practice. I absolutely believe that Stango is better, but Cake's on his I gotta get dumber game plan. Cake said, hey, too many people are beating me. I want to reclaim my #1, and I don't want it to be a secret. I want to emphatically take that. No one else even has a claim to it. But you got to get back to Grands to make that happen, my friend. Hey.
Nice grab there.
Stango just keeps like, jumping into the arms of Cake.
Yeah, with the way that first game went, I don't know if
there's another one.
I don't know if Force Floor was the answer here, Wisely. Just with the way these blast zones are set up, I get how it helps Zetterburn and helps Stango out.
You're going to be able to kill even earlier.
Yeah,
You're not worried about the platforms. But, I mean, Cake is just putting on a clinic right now. Okay, Stango gets back. Nice grab into the throw.
What a reversal!
No way! That
you
was
have been deceived.
Maybe he hit the clone and that's all she wrote.
but
Okay,
doesn't
evens
take
it up
any
though.
damage.
Yep. And honestly, you are. I mean, that's one
Cake's
of
in
the.
his head.
Yep.
Cake's in his
Because
head.
you can pop the clone whenever you want, and a lot of people do have a very set time of like, I send the clone out, and I always pop it at this timing. Cake will mix it up, and he will make you look silly for missing that berry.
Kicks him out of that? What in the world was
but
that
then
positioning? That's that air-to-air.
Yep. Ooh, I think Stango thought he could crouch cancel it. Instead, gets buried, and we're into the grounded tech chase.
Oh, the blender.
Oh, jumped straight into that back air, too.
Shannon, look away. Stango trying to even this back out. Does have 101%. One up strong should do it. Or just a fair right
Yep,
there.
just the forward air.
0-0.
Back to 0, but Stango has been played on the back foot. Stango has been doing a phenomenal job, but it's always been in answer to CakeAssault's offense. Let's see if Stango can take it for the first time. Okay, just dash dances. I have the percent lead. You gotta come to me. But that's the thing, you also don't want to give time to pull the clone. Clone is when the mix-ups get dirty. It's when things get nasty on the floor.
He won a ground to air there. That's that grounded mobility that Stango needs. However,
Big clone pop into the. We still have not really landed. We're on ledge. But again, there's been 3 in a row. Stango just keeps doing. He went for it again. Stango just keeps doing these ledge dashes, and Cake is calling him out hard. I think that could be it, but we don't get the sweet spot. I think that was into strong.
it was. It should have been. That backer is going to send him high. You're going to see the kick. No, just go straight to ledge. That's going to be not enough.
No.
The
Not
DI
from
of the
that side of
gods.
not from that side of the stage.
Stango's shaking his head. He knows he messed up there. That could have been shine. That could have been anything, but he's going to answer with the down air.
Oh, and you are, if you are Stango, if you are Shannon, you are so glad that you still pulled that through, evening up the games, because, oh my God, if you miss a full chart, like you could have finished that out, and you are going to have that eating at yourself for the rest of the set if you don't win that game. All right, we've evened it up. We've evened it up. The operating system can bleed. I mean, we're both in losers. We've seen it bleed a lot today.
So we see Air Armada now. I'm a big fan of this, to be honest with you. The way that Forrest recovers compared to the way that Zetter recovers truly leans in on this stage. You cannot dive kick to the wall if there is no wall.
Yep, we've been talking about the smoke. If you are new to Rivals, that smoke is not just the smoke screen. It's not just the fog of war. If CakeAssault teleports into the smoke, instead of going into special fall, he'll immediately be actionable. It throws a lot of ambiguity in there, and also if you pull a clone while you're in the smoke, it is silent. Sometimes 2 hyenas just jump out of the darkness.
Cake pretty firmly in control of the neutral exchanges so far this first minute. Stango trying to answer back a little bit here. Gonna go for that up air
Stango's
now.
absolutely answering back here. It's the crouch cancel. Yeah, he's trying to bait him out using the big approaches. A lot of people do that. They'll see the cape whiff and they're like, oh, there's no way you're gonna just do the dagger. I totally missed.
Yep. Good fair there.
I like that, just waits.
Yep. Doesn't get the grab. Doesn't get the dash attack either. That should have been a Gatling.
Something that HyperFlame was doing a lot was these just into the immediate strong. It feels like Stango's trying to get a setup into it first.
Forward smash from center stage, not quite enough. He's gonna have to recover.
Okay, that's gonna purple. It's absolutely gonna purple. 156, no one is safe.
It's a stock with extra steps there, but it's a stock nonetheless. Now Cake's got a full charge on him. Stango has to play this very carefully because this can push him way off stage, but it's going to use it defensively.
Yeah, if you use it defensively like that, if you use it to just expel the smoke, not only, one second, that was gross. Not only do you get all the smoke out that you can teleport into, but it also gives you your jump back. Oh,
Great fall
shield
through.
DI's in. I actually kind of like, doesn't go for the grab and instead just goes for the shield drop up air.
This is an almost 70%, 80% unanswered now from Stango.
This is the Stango we need to see online right now.
Good down air, dash, yep. Goes back, goes the up air to break it, but Stango does counter hit.
Yep. It's been a long time. These two have fought tooth and nail so many times have found each other at the very end of bracket, but it has been a minute since Stango was able to take the W.
That was
now,
such
though,
a rare miss on that back air on that dive kick. Cake cleans it up regardless, but just something to keep an eye on. That's normally something he hits every time. What an aggressive clone. And the rare times we see Stango actually throw a fireball, CakeAssault uses it as the way in. Stango crouch cancels all of it, gets the upstrung, and now we're back to an even stock game again. Last stock now, game 3. Counter pick advantage on the line.
And I really like that, just going from the shine straight to the upstrung as a way to, like if Cake had crouch canceled the shine, that upstrung would have still pulled straight through to the blast zone.
Back air there to get away from the ledge. Risky dash attack, and Stango's going to punish him for it.
Yep, great job getting that grab, but Cake, what are you doing? 114, the back air takes it. Stango shaking his head a little bit.
He started that combo from center stage, and he knew he was killing off of that. There was not a doubt in my mind that Alex Strobel said, you are dead on the game forward.
And I just saw Stango shaking his head. I think up until that final spot, he's like, this is back and forth. I've got some momentum. This is my game to win.
Yep. And then Cake emphatically slammed the door on game 3 to Jules Vale for game 4.
And it's not a clutching defeat from the jaws of victory moment. I don't think Stango threw in any sort of way. Cake just got, Cake was just like, I am simply better right now. I know how to find this opening.
And this is now a continuation of that. That is going to be a 0 to death.
Doesn't even see 80%.
Just questioning himself in the mirror there. Stango having to think, what I need to do.
You already knew that you had to make that game comeback. Now you're making a stock comeback, 43%. Say the teleport wasn't quite able to get there in time in order to... Ooh, interesting choice to go for that. I actually really like it, but
it leads into a Cake combo.
Yeah, make me my words, Cake.
So aggressive from ledge. Normally lets the clone take that first step. Instead, forces his way back on. Gets the backer on Stango. Not great TI either.
Yep, you can choose if the clone runs right at him or holds back. Cake almost always does as at, which means the couple of times where he's like, no, I'm going to be the one running at you. It really can throw his opponents off.
Oh my goodness, Stango.
Big pop into the down strong. I thought it was going to kill. I think Cake also thought it was going to kill.
That does, though, and now he's going to have not quite a full charge. Leaves one left. One left in the tank. Does Stango have anything left in the tank, though?
I think Stango absolutely can do it. You've got a mountain to climb. That will start with a single step. That will start with a single kill.
That's a mountain on its own right now, but he does get the down air into the up air. CakeAssault 2 stocks to Stango's 1. CakeAssault 2 games to Stango's 1. Stango has to dig deep.
And if you're Stango, you're sitting at 29%. You know you're not going to quite get into a kill, but you know that you have to fly through this. That was bold. That was risky. All right, and now because of this, we're getting out of some crouch cancel percent. That means it's going to be a lot harder to find a couple of these neutral openings. Ooh, good job with the forward air. Another one doesn't clear the smoke. Instead, opts to just go all the way down.
Wisely.
This is exactly what I said. If you bring this back, it is a mountain, but we certainly can climb it.
Watch out now, though.
You are dead. Okay, we're going low. We can still make it back. Oh my god, the drop! That back air would have hit. You hold. Can you clean it up, or is that back air going to take it?
Stango doing everything in his power to get something started on this last stock. Cake knows this is a couple times now that the operating system has been wrong.
Yep.
Deep Blue occasionally loses to Bobby Fischer, ladies and gentlemen.
Might be a glitch in the Matrix. Which system are we getting right now? Trusting in that shield, knowing it's small. You got flipped out of the jump. The pop goes low, and that is it. Wow, that was some phenomenal adaptation from Stango at the end there. It was just a little too late. It was just a little too late.
That fair so deep in the blast zone. Stango knew that that was his only option there to even make this close. And even then,
it was damn close, but
even then,
Cake still takes it. Cake is marching on through losers. I feel like it's been a minute. It's been a minute since we've seen a big tournament with losers Cake. Cake is either winning from winners or we're seeing him lose kind of early. And so, if we are seeing them march, we're seeing him lose to Vibe, and now he's gone all the way through in order to fight Vibe again.
Banger.
I mean, we saw Vibe pick apart Stango earlier. Stango did almost make that comeback, but I don't know if I've ever been so impressed by some Clairen gameplay.
I don't know. We play quite a bit.
We do, but you switched to Lox now, so it don't matter.
We are going to be going to Merchant here for round 1. We have obviously both characters obviously benefit with a little bit of a longer runway that's going to come from that long base stage for us to work with here.
You like dash dancing. This is one of the stages you're going to love going to.
Oh, buddy, do ya. Cake winning the ground to air a little bit here at the start, but we do see a grab, and this can go a long way for both players against their opposing fast fallers.
And you're going to see Cake do a lot of these, like I'm going to wall you out with some aerials, I'm going to throw out a couple back airs, and then to throw off your pacing, to throw off the cadence, you can either run in with a down tilt immediately, or I'm going to run in and grab. And that way you're like, oh, I'm just waiting for the next aerial. Oh shoot, he's in my face.
Right. Gonna hit the shield a couple times now there. We've seen Vibe go through with those plat drop aerials now.
This is neck and neck. This is even. We are within 10%. We're within 1%. I'm just having a field day with the platforms, and I'm going to keep my eye out for that down tilt at ledge leading to the neutral special. That is, in my mind, that is Vibe's calling card currently.
We are at that percentage for it. This has been a couple times now that Vibe has been forced to go high on those upbees. Did it as an option select against Cake earlier, but now just stuck with it. But the narrow ledge,
Purple no
by
more.
CakeAssault.
That means you knew that was do or die. But gotta make it way back to the stage. That is indeed a dead hyena.
Gonna see the back throw here, puts him in a tough position. Vibe DIing all the way out, knowing he's got the resources to make it back. But that is not CakeAssault that you hit there with your up B. That is CakeAssault recognizing already after one stock, hey, you like to go high with this. I have to space this down smash, but I will space it and I will kill you.
I've been so impressed by how much smoke Cake is able to get out on stage, just even between stocks. Okay. Just knocks him off stage. He's like, ah, you know what? I don't need the big combos. I know they're flashy. I know they're what I'm known for, but I can edge guard too.
Get the forward throw there, gets the dash attack now.
Right. Notice the just reaction on the tech.
What do you do?
And like I said, if you're able to teleport into the smoke, you're not going into special ball. You're able to jump, you're able to act. You cannot infinitely teleport in it. You only get the jump the once, but man, having those resources online is enormous. It absolutely changes any matchup.
A couple times now, Vibe's been jumping from ledge. Cake also up on that already too. No aerial that time.
God, there's so many hyenas on the stage. Which one's real? Which one's hitting you in the face? Oh, and the movement.
Dash dance?
Yeah, I'm a little surprised it didn't kill, but that was great DI from Vibe.
Cake with the full charge. Gonna try to use it. Gets hit out of it.
Oh, I think the second hit maybe would have killed even that early. Oh my God, the pop was just waiting for him down there. The open arms. Rolls in, catches it. That up tilt, that up tilt.
161, that is enough to do it from center stage. Cake's gonna drop smoke, gonna come back with the clone. No, it's actually Cake.
Wow, that is, Cake doesn't go straight to ledge that often. Usually there's a clone, usually there's something. He'll go to ledge, but he's gonna make you really wonder first. Vibe just holds strong and holds steady.
Storms have set in.
I've heard a number of people this weekend say that they think that Vibe is the best Clairen at it right now, and I mean, I'm starting to believe. Absolutely starting to believe.
Even percents. Gonna get a punish on this. Crouch cancels, but it's still not enough. Kicks out.
Ooh,
You're
that
dead.
was so
You're
close.
dead.
Off
You're
of
dead.
the wall jump too. And Cake just points. Points out to the crowd, laughs. I'm assuming there's some friends giving him a hard time in the background. And you know what? You kind of need that right now.
You can just imagine
need
Bbatts being
that
out
right
there
now.
going, I did that.
Yep.
Because that was what Bbatts was using to beat Vibe.
Different character, but the same
Same
song
results.
still works. I've seen the show before. This is a rerun. Okay, we're going to Rockwall. Little sad that none of them have been choosing Oasis, but that's fine. That's fine. We don't need the other palette. In fact, I get it when you are competitors. If you're like, hey, I've fought on the stage a lot, the new version of it is still new, I'm not used to it. You're just like, I want to keep everything as standard and as close to when I'm playing at home as possible. It's the reason that Capcom Cup has had to ban people from only playing on Training Room.
Great grab there, empties.
I love that into the hit fall down air into the up tilt so that you can keep the combo going.
Outstretched hands getting hit by that back air. Vibe, a little bit out of place on that grab.
Drops down. Yeah, Cake loves doing that. He'll drop the clone down. If you hold the special button, it keeps falling until you let go. Then he'll pop, and he'll immediately try to follow the pop with a down air or a back air, but Vibe fires right back with a down air of his own.
The only thing being sent down right now is CakeAssault. Save your wall jump, and then you just get down smashed in the face.
And that was so difficult. Because we're on rock wall, it's one of those moves that you're like, oh, I need to DI to the corner. That corner's really close. If you hold slightly too far, you're just dying up the side instead.
Check there. You're going to see the neutral.
You have Combust on deck. He likes to use it in a lot of different ways. We see it for recovery. We see it for Combust itself as the kill. He gets the setup. Not quite yet. If we see a forward air, if we see any amount of like down strong, but now this is Vibe's story, and we're just living here. What's going on?
This is the grab, Wisely. That was so close, but Cake doesn't get the
I think he's trying to combust from like just far enough out that it would actually hit before the ledge. Oh, great job. The grab just knowing like, hey, you like to you like to ledge dash in. I can just snag you out of this right now. Pauses, wait, so we get the little bit of dash dance with the movement. I love that. The dash dance into the wave dash, messing with shields a little bit. Super ambiguous. Up tilt is going to find the kill.
That move does so much for Clairen. Does so much for her kit at the beginning, and of course at the end there, as we just saw. Vibe now up a stock on CakeAssault. This is what we saw the first game too. Vibe with these little moments. Can he capitalize on them?
Going to find out. Ooh, I think he's trying to go into the smoke. Luckily, he doesn't get hit for it. Let's hit now. Vibe, how much are you taking this for? I see 31. I see 41. We're at 50, 63.
Needed that grab. He's been using the up tilt now a little bit more because the grabs have been missing, trying to get the coverage space.
Oh, the Nair holds him off the ledge, and that's going to definitely secure the down strong
Cake was
there.
so fast with that down strong.
Yep.
Goes around the down air. He's going to get the Nair. Doesn't go for the charge.
No, I think the DI was just a little bit too ambiguous. Didn't feel confident in it. Get the grab. It misses. We all saw it. We all saw it. Tense. What a grab!
That's why you go to rock wall, Wisely.
Like, you heard it. Just the gasp. Just gets the grab, gets the down tilt, and that's all she wrote.
Where does Cake go here?
Where does Cake go? I don't think Cake switches characters.
Tempest.
I think the Forsburn is still putting in work.
Yeah.
Especially not switching to a worse matchup.
No, for sure. For sure. Yeah, Tempest is the game plan here. This has been the Cake counter pick for multiple tournaments now. But I just wonder, the way that Vibe has been reading Cake's roles and has been putting himself in positions where he's able to cover 2 or 3 of those options at once.
That combo is
just
gross,
don't
and
know.
it's still going. I don't care that he missed the other charge neutral special. That is absolutely what I'm talking about.
That's why you question the stage maybe. Sure, Cake's comfortable here, but I just don't know if Vibe's maybe not just as comfortable, if not more.
I don't think this is a Cake comfortability. I think this is Vibe playing out of his mind. Maybe Vibe is playing exactly to his mind, and this is the new world that we're going to be seeing. Vibe gets a Stango and CakeAssault W on his record from this tournament. You are sitting pretty for the next RCS standings. Let's just say that one. Oh my god, oh my god, we get one more. That was so much extra damage tacked on.
He knows. He knows.
Oh
He
my
sees.
God, the amount of snipes, the amount of neutral specials we've seen has just increased tenfold in this one game.
Brother.
Finds the down air
Brother,
and it
that
is
dash in
done.
was nuts. He wave dashed in and shielded that jab and got a kill off of that. That was nuts positioning from Vibe there.
Clairen is sitting 3 stocks to 1. Vibe is sitting 3 stocks to 1 on Cake's counter pick.
Yep.
Hey.
Easy pickings there for Cake. Vibe just has to continue to play his game.
Yeah, Vibe, don't change anything. Just keep doing what you're doing. It is clearly working. Oh my God, the pause. Instead of jumping right in after the move, just the drop down air, knowing that Cake is going to panic. Cake is going to spot dodge early.
And little minor things too. He gets that down air, then goes for the down air setup again, but on the other side of his shield this time to be able to allow him to be safe if it doesn't hit. That up tilt connects though.
Yep. So that way you're like, this didn't hit, but I'm not getting shield grab from this. Hey, Cake, you got to do this fast. Combust the wrong direction.
Wisely, he's only taken 75, 82% now. He's going to live this. He's done 100% to Cake so far. He needs to continue this. Wow, Cake goes to stage.
Cake was intending that or not.
There's that down tilt. He's looking for it.
Gets clipped out. A drop shield right before it. Cake pauses.
No, Cake tried to use down B there.
Oh.
There wasn't even a pause. You saw the flex there from Forsburn. That was a mistake. One stock left. Cake gets 2 charges with the smoke on.
I know we're not on game 5 like before, but this is exactly the Stango set.
Great hold out there by CakeAssault. Gets away.
Should be it. Oh my God, I was not expecting down air, and Cake wasn't either. We were not holding in. We could not get to the wall.
You saw the head shake from Cake. You see the thought in the camera. Vibe now 1 game away from beating the 1 and 2 seed, and just with only Bbatts left in front of him from being the combo breaker champion. Wisely.
Bbatts did send in the losers, so.
I honestly, so this is the stage I expected game 2 from CakeAssault. I understand the Tempest pick. Cake likes going to Tempest. This is the stage you want to go to because of how much it limits and it squeezes what Clairen's able to do off stage. You have to go back to ledge. You have to. And Cake is going to be able to punish that if he gets him off stage. Because right now, Wisely, Vibe's just running away.
Yeah, Cake went to Tempest because Cake likes Tempest, not because it was a great counter pick. But, I mean, I don't even think the counter pick matters. Look at what we're seeing on the screen right now.
Ooh, watch out for that down tilt.
There's not a shadow of a
He's
doubt
just dead.
in my mind.
Look at
That
how-
is a dead hyena.
32% Wisely. This is a moment for this young man.
By about, I don't even, you could drop the controller now and be like, yeah, that was the best tournament run of my career. Absolutely. But it is not over yet.
Best tournament run of your career so far.
Yes,
So
absolutely.
far.
That is not a definite, that is not finality. This is, if we do not see Vibe at the rest of these RCS stops, if we don't see Vibe going deep in bracket, I will be shocked.
Love that drop through bear. Just continuing to pressure the shield. Gets the shield pressure into the grab this time now. Gonna get aggressive. What are these up strongs? What are you looking for, Cake?
It is so uncharacteristic to see Cake panic, to see Cake going for options that I think he's genuinely fishing. I think he's like, I cannot figure out what I'm supposed to do here. He said that Cake often sees the game like a puzzle. It's something to be solved. But the puzzle is not working out in his favor.
I don't even think the puzzle's not working out in his favor. I think some of the pieces are missing.
No,
Wisely.
that's exactly. The pieces are missing. You just cannot figure out how to solve the equation.
That's it. No, the air dodge.
Wow, last second. It's clipped out of it. Oh my God, clear the smoke? No, doesn't. I really thought we were going to go up there.
Cake trying to push his way back now. Just gets forward stronged. He's going to get back to the smoke. No.
Gets back.
He just holds it. He just holds it.
Just
Vibe's
holds
one
it.
stock away, Wisely.
Vibe, if you are about to beat Stango into Cake, back to back.
That's going to be a dead Clairen.
That is. We're down even stocks. Cake absolutely
Look at
something.
all this smoke, Wisely.
I got a resource. I want to play with it. You are in my smog. You are on my field, on my counter pick. I don't care what they're
T.I.'s
saying
down
about
on the back throw. Crouch cancels. Hard punish. Not enough, though.
The operating system may have glitched out, but I think it might have rebooted.
Back at that grab.
Ooh, never mind, never mind. Into
The pillar.
Well,
Wisely,
we
the
keep
pillar.
saying he's got it going. That's not done yet. There's the smoke. Still sitting in a great position. That was a clean 50%.
We have not seen a special get up this entire tournament from CakeAssault. What an OMS attack. He's out of resources. Got to be careful. It does get ledge.
To ledge, but we get clipped. 81. You have to go high. The back air. You still can side special. We didn't use the air dodge yet. Oh my God.
The mix.
He misses the platform movement. Oh, the dagger doesn't hit. 5. If you clean this up,
That's going to be
that's going to do it. We are going to a game of 5.
Cake is so good. Even with his back against the wall, Wisely, Cake has an answer.
Like I said, I think we saw the operating system. There was some glitching, there was some stuff going on, but it is rebooted.
I'm going to keep it a buck with you, Wisely.
Cake again.
I think Bbatts wins game 5. I think Bbatts wins game 5 because of that counter pick. That is why CakeAssault won that game.
Yes.
If that was on a stage with walls, that is a different outcome. Vibe now just has to find 3 more stocks against the rival's GOAT. Does he have it in him?
I actually think he does. I think he does. It is shocking to say. I think in this game 5, Cake is the one with something to prove right now.
We're going to Ethereum Forest. We're going to the smallest side blast zone. We are going to FD as Marth. What is CakeAssault going to do here? Does he have the combos? Does he have the answers? Because the movement has not been precise. The combos have not been airtight. Does he have something to prove to all of us here in game 5?
You're just waiting. Like you said, it's not just like, oh, the movement isn't pretty precise. The movement has been immaculate. It's just not to Cake's standards. This is anybody else. This is the best they've ever played. But for Cake, there's some questions.
There's that down air, going to push him back off stage. How can we affect the resources? Going to be the strong down strong and not enough DI there. Rocketing off into that corner.
Yeah, momentum is going to be enormous in this game right now. Vibe has to clean this up quick. We saw some wild combos in the last one. What do you got left? Answers right back, and without less than 20% on his name, I think that is exactly what you need to keep yourself in the pacing here.
Those pillars have paid dividends.
Oh,
that up
okay.
tilt does
Called
so
out of
much.
that down air, though.
Gonna get a grab off of it, stuck in place there.
Hey, seems like the CakeAssault. This is the rinse repeat. Why was he all the way up there?
I think he expected Vibe to actually come all the way onto stage. Vibe now, huge punish.
Okay, and just gets the shield grab. Not quite yet, but I mean,
What a spot touch!
I've been going for a lot of those reaction tech chase grabs, but Cake finds himself off stage right now. Okay, gets the pop and misses the tech too. DI's the wrong way because he got the reverse hit.
The clone said, "Get down, Mr. President, I've got you."
Something people talk about is there's a lot of players where when they're trying to make a huge upset, they start to panic. They might be up. If they just played to their game plan, they'd be fine. But they see it in the stars. They see it in their future of like, what happens if I actually could beat Cake? I'm really worried that that's what we're seeing from Vibe right now. But we are, I mean, that was clean. That was composed.
Wisely, he's got the grab.
This could actually
Wisely.
be it right now. Cake gets back. It's a back air.
He's gonna get back to ledge. He's gonna get the down air. Cake is a killer. Cake is here to ruin the dreams of your favorite players. CakeAssault is going to be in grand finals.
We've been talking about the march of CakeAssault. There's been some stutters, there's been some drops along the way, but it does not matter because each step is more final than the last. Bbatts sent him to losers. Bbatts has got to be the one to take him out now, or else Cake will be returning and Cake will be your combo breaker champion. Bbatts earlier today said, I'm the best fleet in the world right now, and if I have to fight Cake, it's a 50% shot that I win. He beat Cake earlier. Does he got that 50% again?
Young man, I have to congratulate you on the run that you have been on. Vibe, that was incredible. You have everything to look forward to for the rest of this RCS tournament. That third place is going to be the basement for you going forward. That was a phenomenal run, and you took a god to the limit, but you need to know you have to make sure that god is dead. CakeAssault pushing his way into grand finals to the rematch you have discussed so much. We have CakeAssault versus Bbatts in grands. Bbatts wants nothing more to then shut the door. He has to kill him twice.
Yes.
He has to kill him twice. He killed him once in winners finals. He has to, excuse me, winners semis. He has to kill him again. Cake is all smiles. Bbatts is all smiles. This is not as serious to them as it is to us, but this is combo breaker. This is finals here.
It means it to me. They're laughing, and I love to see that, actually. We've been hyping up how deep and how important this is, and none of that's being taken away. This is the first RCS stop. Stango apparently also has something to say.
Coaching both of them. What a guy.
But the fact that the competitors, despite all of that, are now sitting here, they're laughing, they're having a good time, you know that, like, no matter what happens, they're going to be happy. It might take 30 minutes to an hour for one of them to be happy, but they're having a good time. They're enjoying the game. They are excited. This is all they wanted. Now it is on to see who can take it after that. Tenacity, shout outs. Melee TO extraordinaire has also been TOing rivals here. We love him. I don't know what's going on, but
I mean, production asked us to vamp for a little bit, so vamp we shall.
That is totally fine. Yeah, so there is a combo breaker Chicago Cubs style. In fact, someone in the back is wearing it.
What a guy. That's
Chicago
actually a
Cubs style.
G4 controller, by the way, not G5.
Yeah.
That's my fault.
And then Tenacity walked up and was just actually wearing a Cubs jersey, and I got very confused.
You're like,
I was
the
like, wait.
Cubs are a sports
Well,
team?
no, it's just like, oh, yeah, that's the combo breaker merch. Oh, no, that's just the actual thing. Okay, got it.
That's the Anthony Rizzo jersey, baby.
Got it.
Big Bat Rizzo.
What
Is a rival.
I mean, despite the fact that they're sitting here, they're having a good time, they're laughing, Bbatts has been saying, and I'm going to keep repeating it, Bbatts has been saying, I think I'm top 5 in the world. I just have to prove it. I definitely think I'm top 10 in the world. If you get the Cake win,
The double eliminate.
Yes.
The
Well,
double Cake.
even getting the one Cake win is already like, all right. But if you're able to win Combo Breaker, the first RCS event, I don't care who doesn't believe you, they're wrong. Like, you have put the stake on and been like, hey, it is up to you to prove me wrong. If Cake can't do it, who can?
Imagine the copium to look someone dead in the eye that just beat double eliminated Cake and won an RCS event and said, nope, you're not good enough.
Yep. You don't got what it takes.
So interestingly, the Forsburn is the pick as of right now for CakeAssault.
Yes. The Forsburn kind of got bodied in winners.
Sure did.
I'm not going to mince my words. The Fleet kind of bodied back, but then just couldn't quite pull it out. Couldn't quite finish the job. I would not at all be surprised if we see the Fleet ditto. I think we're starting with Forz at least. Forz has been the practice. Forz has been how he's won the rest of the sets to lead up here. We're indeed seeing the Forz game 1.
Wins the counter pick at the very least.
Bbatts is laughing, Bbatts is giggling, and I think you genuinely have to do that. That is the, if I don't laugh, if I don't smile, I will tense up. I will, just the, if I don't laugh, I'm going to cry, one of the two.
So Dojo and Merchant are going to be banned. Or Jules. Jules, okay. That means we're going to Godai, because
Definitely
he's
going
not
to
taking him
Godai.
to Dojo, that's for sure. Fleet can lurk so well under those triplat setups, it's just not worth the headache.
Yes. We're from where the Abyss sprang, but... All right, immediately finds it. But something earlier, Bbatts was just, any time Cake was trying to get back to stage, was just dead every single time.
Nice grab.
It seems like Cake is cutting him off with the pass. We've seen a lot of like Cape in order to cut off weird approach float heights.
Couple more percent, that's going to be a stock. Cake. Okay. Cake's
yeah,
got pillars of his own.
Learned a thing or two from Vibe. I'm going to steal that one. Spot dodge, just waits, just hold shield. The parry into the down strong. You saw Bbatts go for a grab there. That's one of the mix-ups, is that you can be like, hey, you're going to parry, I'm actually going to grab you beforehand. Just times it a little bit wrong. I exactly there. If you're waiting to parry the tornado, it's something you get clipped beforehand. And Bbatts has to clean up these edge guards. It's only been a couple. I'm not saying it's indicative of the story, but the edge guards are why you got Cake to swap off the character to start.
Right. And it was on some of these enhanced arrows too. Like, we have not seen that yet in this game. Game plan a little bit of adjusted to.
Not only that, you're playing a Cake that is on fire right now. Cake is warm. That was gross.
That Dacus was crazy.
I was just like, hey, your get up option? I'm here. I'm waiting. Sliding on through.
Okay, great. The counterplay, man. You saw the up air, you saw the floor hug, you saw the grab off of the floor hug. Both of these players weaving in and out amongst each other.
God, that's Cake's turn to do. Just dash attack in his place without really succeeding the space. But the dagger's not gonna hit. We've seen Cake swing the up dagger, the up strong, a number of times where it hasn't hit. I'm glad that he's starting to recognize that. Into the grab again. Doesn't find it. Before, one of the things that Bbatts was doing a great job of calling Cake out on him was Cake's jumps instead. Clone is absolutely putting in work. Drops down, goes to ledge instead.
Come back, sacrifices the clone. Gonna go high this time? Yep. But he's above the stage.
Yeah.
That's such a difference.
Wait, I don't know if Cake landed.
He
I don't
hasn't.
know if Cake landed. We're running out of resources, but we get back to ledge and we get the grab for good measure.
Heck, every little bit helps.
Just kind of waits, sees what happens.
What a shield. What a shield there from Cake. Bbatts looking for an answer. How do I get down right now? Oh, what a call. He says, okay, this is going to pop.
I think you're holding in. That could be the exact combo starter that Bbatts needed, even though Cake did get a little bit of wackiness in between. Let's see, so much scrap. We're not seeing quite as many of the long extensions as we were in the last game, too.
Cake pushing. Has to be careful. Cannot get reversaled out there by Bbatts. Gonna get the reverse back air. Jumps high, and then just gets called out on the way down. You can't do that. You can't come down like that at Combo Breaker.
I mean, yeah, we went for that reverse back air, and then it's like, you know what? You're coming down with a lot of aerials. I'm just going to wait. I'm going to stuff it out. I do not need to overcomplicate this if I've got a read on your movement. All right. Not going to Harbor, we're not going to the floor. We're going to Ethereal Forest. So where are we moving? Taking the fight to Ho Dojo.
This is the Tri-Plats. This allows for Bbatts to play a much more passive game if he chooses to. Right now, we've seen both of them kind of just scrapping with one another.
I don't see them trying to play a super passive game. It doesn't seem like it's in their style. It doesn't seem like it's their game plan. They will play patience, though. It's not the I'm going to run away and pester you. It's the I'm going to stay just out of your range and make you real uncomfortable.
That recovery from Cake was so fast.
No one's better. Oh, tries to wave dash in and grab, and the up tilt is just in your face right beforehand.
Oh my God!
Get up attack breaks the arrow because it's a projectile.
Cake, you are crazy for that one. And then manages to roll underneath the tornado, too. Great spacing.
Bbatts has been doing a lot of this, like I'm floating right above you, gonna let you whiff, and then drop down, and then in that case, Cake, you spot dodges.
Bbatts holds away after that up swing of the up strong. Wants to make sure he's not caught up in any vortex.
Oh, the empty jump, but Bbatts doesn't fall for it. Gets a hitbox out there immediately. That's gonna be a dead CakeAssault.
Lands maybe could have DI'd that a little bit better, but Bbatts up a stock now. Back air may answer, but Bbatts is gonna recover. And no, he does not. Once again, another simple float down to the ledge, and CakeAssault is all over that.
It's just another day in the office, just clocking in. It's all business. This speaking of business, we saw the joviality, the laughter, the jokes coming out from all of them before. Right now, you look at this player cam, there's murder on those faces.
There is no love behind those eyes, no light, just rivals.
Hey, we can have a great time. We can be friends afterwards. But right now,
Be careful, that DI was not good.
No, I was scared we were dying sub 100. We were dying at 100.
And if you're Bbatts, you don't want to go down 2 games right now to CakeAssault. You do not want this momentum. You have to find an answer here in game 2 and slow this man down.
If Cake resets this, I think you're absolutely anybody man's going to put that on Cake at this point. Several of them are going to put it on Cake earlier.
Gonna get a kill here.
One more. Carries out 40%. Honestly, a great spot to be sitting in. I think you get one more crouch cancel here. Doesn't even need it. We just get the jump. Drips back. That calls out the air dodge too. We have not landed yet.
All of this damage off of one grab.
It's all you need. The one tornado. We have to go low. Cuts out the smoke. Goes to ledge. And that should be it. No, we get set the other way though.
Gonna go ahead. Still has that ability back. What a parry. Cake answers so fast. Gonna get the jab there. Does not get the continuation.
Barely doesn't get clipped by that back air. Cake's still looking for it. That is the MO right now.
Nice up air. We are both at kill percent right now.
We went from this thinking like
What an
Bbatts was going to take the
aggressive-
game to Cake fires right back.
Bbatts, you have to get back safely.
I don't know. Go to ledge, gets the parry, invincible, but mistimes it.
Sends the
Oh
clone.
my god, that clone got bodied, but the real one's still here.
He kicks him out of it.
Ooh, you go back down. We're at ledge. Oh, no.
No, Cake had that.
Oh.
Bbatts, you saw the reaction, was not ready, but it's still something's funny.
I don't even know what's funny because Cake didn't say anything.
No, he said something back to him.
Okay, I miss Cake's words.
Imagine
but-
he just doesn't say anything and he's just cackling
Yeah,
after that.
that's what it
Just-
looked like.
Just an insane reaction.
I would not put that foot past Bbatts. That is absolutely something Bbatts would do.
Oh, immediate parry here, and Cake just fills the screen with smoke.
I used to play this character. I don't know how you get smoke out that fast.
Beat
I've played a
CakeAssault.
lot of Forsburns. They don't get smoke out that quickly.
Have they tried being CakeAssault?
No, they have not.
Because I think that might be the answer.
They have not tried being CakeAssault.
Look at him just standing center stage right now. Bbatts answers in, gets a neutral win here, but then just, it's a girl in the garage, but does get jabbed.
Okay, we're down 2-0. Bbatts is in winners. Cake has to beat him twice in order to win this. Man, I mean, this is any indication. Bbatts has gotten close in a couple of the games, but at the end of the day, the scoreboard tells the story. Okay, it's the down tilt into the back air.
Going to go to the corner, but that's not going to be enough. Only 42% full combustion. Probably going to pop it here, but he just gets smacked.
Yeah, I think he might be too low. But that tech actually saves his life.
Never too low.
I got a backer of my own, and Cake does not care, actually. Just run straight there.
Okay. Option select on that up tilt doesn't work. Gets the grab afterwards instead and just continues.
The clone pop combos. Has to hit the down tilt, but he'll stop you from getting to the ledge there. He's trying to teleport back to the ledge, I think. Yeah.
The fastball there.
Gross, I'm worried.
I would
I'm
too.
worried. The last game looked like Bbatts had it, but this is just... I've seen Cake do things he's not been doing the rest of the bracket. The combos look more confident. Before he was getting like the back air and saying, hey, you gotta come through me, you gotta deal with this wall. But now it is just taking the fight to Bbatts.
Wisely, there comes a moment in these tournaments where you see this killer instinct activate. And this is not someone that kills silently. This is someone that looks you in the eye and chokes the life out of you. And that is what we were seeing right now from CakeAssault. Slowly just taking every ounce of fight out of Bbatts in this game 3 set. He's trying. He's still in it. He wants to make sure. But this is now finally a stock 3 minutes in.
Okay, ooh, but just gets shield grabbed for his troubles. And if you're Bbatts, part of you is like, hey, if I win this, I don't need to deal with it. The other part's like, how do I feel about a reset right now? Okay.
Gonna get the tech in.
Really like
and
that.
that might be a
Really
stock.
like
Okay.
that. That was a
Okay.
phenomenal stock from Billy.
What a DI. That's
Honestly-
not good.
Honestly, I think that was fine. Yeah, holding in could have led to a combo. You're like, hey, I just need to be off stage and I know it won't fully kill. You're holding up, that might have. You're
Now
playing a
there's
very
combust.
light character. Bbatts, I need to see a 0 to death, but first I need to see you get on stage.
And then you just special get up into
Yeah.
combust. Both
Now-
of them laughing about it at the very least.
Hey.
Take a little.
Yeah, Cake was a, like, relieved laughter. Bbatts was a, like, oh, wasn't that a weird choice? And you know what? It was. All right. We have reset.
How many times? How many times have we seen this? Cake loses winner semis and then just stomps through losers. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen, this is why you tune in. This is why we come out. This is why Rivals exists.
This is why there's so many CakeAssault fanboys.
Myself
CakeAssault
included.
is the GOAT for a reason, not just
Listen, that's
for
my
the tournament
that's my
results.
son out there, okay?
I know. But Cake isn't just the GOAT for the tournament results.
Hey, look at
Cake
the
is-
classic Clairen shirt there from Bbatts. Holy cow. That
Oh.
thing's got to be 6 or 7 years old.
Mm-hmm. And say Cake is the GOAT not just for the tournament results, but also for the way that he plays and what he has to go through.
We're going to Godai. We're going to see a repeat of game 1.
Mm-hmm.
Last set, we saw Godai into Hidojo back-to-back. Bbatts has to figure out what he was doing in winter semis that made a difference. Because right now, CakeAssault is
I don't
just
think
his
it's
favorite.
I don't think it's him figuring out what to do. I don't think this is him getting back to winter semis. I think this is Cake playing on a second level that Bbatts has to climb up to.
Oh, double down there. Uh-oh.
Yeah. All right. That's the clone. It's just jumping out. Just runs all the way through. I like it, but it gets crouch canceled. We're going down to the ground.
At least we saw the roll away there.
Yeah.
Bbatts escaped for just a moment. Does get a grab here, so he's going to be able to get a couple extra hits. Takes a little high.
see.
Oh, just aggressive.
I mean, that's one of the things Bbatts has been doing is like, hey, I'm going to stipe you out of your recovery. This Cake, he's starting to squat out the float and saying, I'm going to recover later. I'm going to hit you first. Problem is, Bbatts isn't really adjusting to it quite yet.
That's what you get for waiting. What you get for looking.
How dare you look my direction right now? Okay.
Kill me or be on your way. Parries
That
the
was-
pop into the up strong CakeAssault.
I don't even know what to say. That was gross. That was nasty. Not gonna kill. That might.
Yeah, Deadeye Sniper. Fair on shield, not safe. Bbatts knows it.
Parries it again. You basically have to force the approach at that point. If you give Cake any room to breathe, he will just parry it. You need to be throwing out some hitboxes. You need to be threatening grab. You need to be in his face so that he can't get away with it.
What a roll coverage there from that up tilt. Big back air to cover the double jump.
Air gets clipped by the up air, but it doesn't matter. Bbatts starts the combo. Still an advantage. Tells us the wrong direction out of the crouch cancel.
You saw the turnaround there.
Yep. Turn around so we can get the back air.
Because he does not have any enhanced arrows anymore. May not need them, but he does go high. That was an interesting option there, but it may be the death of him. Godai not going to allow that back air to kill off the top just yet.
Cake is doing such a good job of switching up his recovery because that was what Bbatts was looking for in the last set.
Empty hop into the reverse grab again. Godai once again letting Bbatts live a moment longer.
Yeah, you can't float up there. That's not safe. That cape reaches dang high.
That is a no-fly zone right now. And again, with these aggressive responses, Bbatts just watching.
What you gotta do, Bbatts, if you're able to clip him out of this.
Ooh, watch your toes.
Yeah, but you can't shield grab me. You may have gotten away with it earlier, but now it is my time.
And we are
Look at all
suddenly
of the smoke.
smothered in smoke. Yes,
The
sir.
battlefield has been choked. It is your resource to play with now. That hit? Okay, all right. Doesn't get a parry off on it either. And I'm now terrified anytime Cake has the wind chime on him because that has been a Cake win condition lately.
Gonna be out. Smart resets here, but Cake just comes down aggressively again with that down air.
Immediate dash attack to force the mistack as well. Knows like, hey, I don't think you've got this reaction right now. Tries to go. Okay, goes into the smoke though.
Smoke.
That smoke, like I said before, means that you're not gonna go into special fall.
Ball's out.
Yep. I don't know if it would have killed, but man, I was scared.
On that platform, I think it absolutely would have. That down strong will, though, and that's how game one ends. Another parry off of a resource.
Cake got more kills off of the side special tornado than Bbatts did.
The side special in the wind chime.
Yeah. I mean, including all of those in the same thing, whether it is the active tornado moving, whether it is the wind chime, but like, Cake is playing your game better than you are right now. Like, I don't even need all of that to be playing Fleet, basically.
That throw down strong to start things off is so gross because it almost guarantees him to be just outside of crowd cancel percentage. After this string, he is for sure no longer with that resource.
Bbatts firing back, but like we've seen, it's been close. But Cake is just always in the lead. Misses that. That's the float heights. I'm getting a little scared because Cake has clearly been showing like, hey, you might have gotten away with this before. You can't float here. This is the no-fly zone. I can cover it.
Look at that empty smoke absorption he's using to get back to stage like that. That's that little almost T-pose look that he has as he comes back up from the ledge. It's so smart because it allows him to change his animation to where he's standing on the stage afterwards. That down strong, another stock.
Another stock that was off of the tornado parry. It keeps happening. Bbatts really has to change up either the timing or like, hey, maybe I can't use this move for a little bit. I know it's good. Do it only when it will confirm into the hit, though. Do it only when it will confirm, only when Cake is aerial so that it can't land, but you gotta do something.
Oh my god.
Oh, gets clipped out of trying to nair.
The problem is these Bbatts is going for different options. They're just being beat.
Yeah. That's why I say, like, I'm not the person who's going to say, like, ooh, this is the choice. I'm definitely not sitting in Grands right now. But Cake is making it look silly for it.
Oh my gosh. That
top
up there,
yet.
not enough.
15 though.
That spot dodge, not great.
Ooh, honestly, I respect it. You just need Cake to die.
Gonna punish that pretty hard. Amsatex.
Great Amsatex. Honestly, that was a release on life that's gonna lead into the back air. All of that happened because of that Amsatex.
Goes aggressive with that up air. Bbatts gonna flat drop, but still not enough off of it. Back air's gonna be big here. These high aggressive recoveries from CakeAssault has been the biggest difference between winter semis and this grand final set. Bbatts is not finding these 60-70% gimps.
Yep, it's those in the parries. Cake is living so much longer. 59%. If you can get this kill fast without taking any more damage, we're still in this. He's getting clipped.
It's at different heights, too. That's the worst part. You try to adjust to it, and every single time that nair is coming out
Gets
different.
the back air out. Immediately gets grabbed, though. You're scared of the clone.
Oh, my goodness.
Doesn't get anything off of that parry, but there it is once again. I love that into the upwards cape, into the up tilt.
Shield.
No, not yet, not yet.
Shield wisely. He has to let go, and that's going to be why. You either die from the shield breaker, you die like...
Yep, no, you were in checkmate there. You had to spot dodge or you had to roll through because, I mean, if you shield that was absolutely breaking, and then you just get the free charge. But, like, you're dying either way to the down strong. You have to get out of there first.
CakeAssault, a game away from a 6-0 grand finals. The inevitable, the immovable object.
We talk about the march. The march is not done yet. We have one more step. Man, it feels like the story is being told.
This is the march on Rome. This is the end.
Okay.
This
Bbatts has become so close in so many games, and yet just can't pull it out. Again, one more. seen the parry. You didn't even know the real one was there. You thought the clone was it.
Wisely, there's nothing else to say. This is Thanos. This is inevitable. A snap of his fingers and Grand Finals is over. CakeAssault up a full stock.
Yep. Bbatts isn't getting like 3 stock. He's in the game, but every single time, the tail of the tape, we get to the same results at the end of the day. Bbatts, what are you going to do to make this different this time?
This is just a solemn memory of everyone else's combo breaker run.
They're watching the In Memoriam already.
What else do you see here? What else are you watching? This is just CakeAssault dismantling a game plan.
It is a domination right now. He's down. But there he is again. We're gonna see more parries. We're gonna see.
I can't speak enough of how good a character Forsburn is for a player like CakeAssault, hiding in the shadows, but you know the knife is there. You just know that inevitably this will happen.
Yeah, like right there. You don't even know if there's a clone out right now, and it does not matter. We are looking 3 stocks to 1.
The Combust is online too, Wisely.
Yep.
You're going to see it used defensively here, as we've seen multiple times.
I said there has not been the 3 stock yet, but Bbatts. There we go. There we go. You get on the scoreboard. And at 6%, immediately gets grabbed. Just, you did any move, and it was straight into the crouch cancel. 45%.
Oh my God.
That's down. We're getting back to ledge, but there you go low again.
CakeAssault, what more can you say, young man?
I was expecting the double dip, honestly.
The RCS Championship begins like every other Rivals event. CakeAssault wins combo breaker with a snap of his fingers.
And an immense congratulations to these 8. They've done so much work to get here. Over 200 competitors, and these are the folks that are coming out on top. These are the ones that we are congratulating on the stage.
You see now standing there on the end in 7th place, both Dakpo and HyperFlame, rounding out our start to this top 8.
And it is going to be Dan Fernacey himself handing out the medals.
Dan the man, making sure these people are recognized for their efforts.
Give him the hardware. We got that. That is Dakpo. Congratulations. We are going to be seeing so much more events.
Representing the bird,
RCS.
representing Vegas. Let's give it up for Dakpo. And then in 7th place, another Zetter. This is HyperFlame.
HyperFlame, HyperName, HyperGame. You guys all know the rest of the copy pasta. No matter how you slice it, that Zetter is nasty. And another 7th place. The man set his goals to get top 8 at all of these events. This is the first step.
We have our 2 5th place finishers. First up is going to be Chi-Town's own Sago.
We're just gonna let Chicago make some noise for a second. I don't think we need to speak over the top of that. There we go. Bite it. Hold it up loud and proud. But up next, not to keep moving, we got Stro.
SBS is smiling upon his boy, Arizona's own Stro.
All right. Carrying us on through 4th place, we have Stango.
Somewhere Shannon is smiling. That is her baby boy up there with 4th place.
It's not quite the same without hearing her screaming from the crowd.
That is true.
But
that is true.
I'm sure we will hear plenty at all the other events. Stango doing us proud.
And then Vibe, young man, what a run you went on. Congratulations for a 3rd place finish at the first RCS event here at Combo Breaker. What a run, my man.
If there's anybody who didn't know about the Vibe Clairen, I think they've been put on game now. Up next, the person who's been talking a lot of trash this weekend, saying top 5 in the world maybe, Bbatts. Currently top 2, and absolutely, if you are trying to put a statement on your claims, you have proven it this weekend.
And then, of course, our grand champion. Who else would it be but CakeAssault? That is it, ladies and gentlemen.
Ooh, no,
Look
no,
at this.
not, we haven't seen it. Cake got a medal. Cake's going to get a really big trophy, though. Congratulate the man. Hold it up high and proud. CakeAssault has taken Combo Breaker and the first R2CS stop.
We will see you guys all very soon. CEO right around the corner, but this is how Combo Breaker comes to an end. Whew. Guys, thank you so much for joining us here, sharing this Sunday, sharing this moment in space and time with us here at the R2CS event. Wisely, take us home, buddy.
An incredible time. Like I said, this is one of my favorite events in the world, and it has been an honor to bring the very first Rivals 2 tournament to Schaumburg, Illinois. And with that, I think we're going to be done. I think it is time.
We have reached the end of our goal.
We will see you all next year.